Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, Ocean Cataclysm, Awakening SSS-level Talent at the Beginning. Chapter 71. While Chu Feng retreated to absorb light and store stones. While cultivating the divine seal circuit left by the sun god. So Chu Feng found out in horror. He can operate Judian Xuanyuan Gong and Shenyun circuit at the same time. That is to say, while possessing dual cultivation bases, he can also practice two kinds of exercises at the same time. It's just perverted. Judian Xuanyuan, running aura. Divine seal circuit, run divinity. And between these few days of retreat, Chu Feng also felt a trace of the sun's divine power. It was a very ethereal feeling. He felt that he was about to touch it, but the divine might of the sun slipped away immediately, so that he had never been able to grasp the divine might. Of course, after all, he has no godhead. The so-called godhead is a kind of authority. Divinity is an attribute, and with the Godhead, there is the authority to control the divine authority. So for this, Chu Feng is not discouraged. Thousands of stone. It is to merge the light attribute energy in the 9 orifices converted from the 9 transformations into one orifice and enter the 10,000 stone realm. 9 orifices merge into one again. This is a very difficult step. Because for most people, being able to obtain a piece of energy storage stone is their lifelong luck. After absorbing the stone storage, in order to speed up the cultivation speed, they can only absorb the rewards of heaven or the white ocean spar. However, this will inevitably result in the non-convergence of energy. It also greatly aggravated the difficulty of fitting in. But, for Chu Feng, these problems do not exist at all. Because his energy is pure light attribute. Therefore, as long as the remaining 7 light storage stones are completely absorbed, Chu Feng will directly cause the different phases of heaven and earth, and smoothly advance to the first level of the myriad stone realm. The 9 acupoints in the body merged into one, and turned into a sea of qi and converged at his lower dantian, forming a huge vortex that continuously absorbed the power of the outside world. Boom boom boom. The auspicious clouds dissipate, and the heaven and earth return to Qingming. Chu Feng suddenly opened his eyes. A golden divine seal circuit flashed across his face like brilliance, and in his pupils, a shining sun divine seal appeared, but disappeared in an instant. Back to normal again, Chu Feng took a deep breath and stood up. As expected of 1,000 stones, not only has the physique strengthened several times, but even hearing, vision, smell, and touch have been strengthened to a certain extent. Bang! Chu Feng, who walked out of the wooden house, punched the palm tree by the beach. Palm trees turned to dust in an instant. No, not dust, not even dust. Thoroughly. Annihilation. So strong. Chu Feng was taken aback. This is completely 10 times the power of 10,000 stones. I didn't expect that I had perverted to such an outrageous level. It was just one punch from him. Still useless. Wipe. Check the island owner properties. Island owner. Chu Feng. Race. Inhuman 53/100. Cultivation. First layer of 10,000 stones, 9th layer of air. Talents. Super extraction, SSS soaring, SS damage reduction, SS searing eye, S sunshine, A iron palm, B perception, D clairvoyance, E. Skill. Fission beheading. Song of the siren. Combat evaluation. 15 stars. Attributes. Bones plus 1000, speed plus 1000, auto healing plus 50, sacredness plus 11. Poison plus 20, poison resistance plus 1, fire resistance plus 1, intelligence plus 1. The combat evaluation has increased by 1 star. Divinity also accumulated to 53 points. No. According to the calculation of 3 points per light storage stone, it should not reach 53 points. Hiss. It turns out that cultivating the divine seal circuit will also increase your divinity. Ahahahahaha. That's what it is, that's what it is. So Chu Feng walked under the phoenix tree, and after absorbing a drop of the essence, his divinity came directly to 54 o'clock. The road to becoming a god is only halfway away. As long as he cultivates the divine seal circuit well and accumulates more divinity, I believe that he will soon be able to integrate the divine spark. I don't know what will happen when a god with a divine personality reappears in this world. And why is there a heart of darkness hidden in the Fire Banner Club? Could it be that those first-generation island owners are also exploring the secrets of becoming gods? And the reason why they didn't use the Heart of Darkness was because they didn't have the divine nature themselves. Too bad it's so cheap. Chu Feng. Although Chu Feng still didn't think about whether there were any ulterior secrets and conspiracies behind Sun Shou who stole the Heart of Darkness, but now he is not in the mood to care about these things. Because he is going to prepare to go to the fiery trial. But Chu Feng didn't ignore the fact that today was the 8th day of opening the island, because the barrier of the novice stage on his island had disappeared. And he also missed the Dark Night auction that he originally wanted to go to. But there are auctions every Saturday, so it doesn't matter. Now, upgrade his island first. After the 5-wood turret and the 4-wood turret are inlaid with 8 red ocean spar, how terrifying will the combat power be? Hey. Inlaid, red ocean spar. 5-wood turret 112 level. Send 5 cannonballs per second, attack 5 targets, causing 700% damage. Glass shard 1, cause 200% splash damage to all targets within 3 meters. Red ocean spar 4, attack plus 20000. Current attack, 21,440. Damage, 150,080. 4-wood turret 212 level. Send 4 cannonballs per second, attack 4 targets, causing 580% damage. Red ocean spar 4, attack plus 20000. Current attack, 20,840. Damage, 120,872. 2 turrets, a total of 9 shells, can cause 1.083 million injuries per second. 1 minute can cause 64.98 million injuries, plus splash damage and passive damage from defensive reefs. With Chu Feng's current strength, between 40 and 25 minutes, you can clear the Kraken copy. There is an error in the data calculation in the previous chapter. It should be 4 hours there, and it is half an hour here. Shit. Scalp-numbing perverted strength of this astonishing horror. Ha 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 ha. If Chu Feng has enough energy storage stones in his hand, he can also upgrade the second turret to a 5-wood turret. It's a pity, the ordinary energy storage stones in his hand are not enough, and the remaining level 8 and 7 energy storage stones are not used. 5-wood turret wait. Then next, consume all energy and upgrade defensive reefs. Chu Feng now has more than 9 million energy. Ha 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 ha. Your defense reef has been raised to level 254. A total of 9,837,400 energy consumption points. Defense reef. Current defense, 8,907,800. Attack, 890,780. Shit, the 9.9 million energy was instantly empty for him. Looking at the humble 120,000 points of inventory energy in the warehouse, Chu Feng's expression is really unpredictable and wonderful. However, this huge energy is also exchanged for terrifying combat power. The defense is close to 9,890,000 passive attacks per second. With the strength at this moment, go to attack the Kraken dungeon. Due to the large amount of reefs and the splash damage, it may take less than 5 minutes. Chu Feng will be able to clear the level. This shocking power is really exciting. Ha 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 ha. You must know that even for other powerhouses with 200 waves of strength, it takes several hours to attack the Kraken copy, and some even nearly 10 hours. And Chu Feng now only needs 5 minutes. These 200 waves of strength do not refer to those who put all their resources on the turret and rush to the freshman list. Those people did not upgrade the defensive reefs at all in order to rush to the freshman list. Defensive ability is too weak to break the table. Their strength could not support a normal attack of the Queen of the Siren in front of her. It's not an order of magnitude at all, so it's not the same thing. Now, Chu Feng can't wait to take a walk in the fire trial. The fighting factor in his blood is boiling frantically. Take out the fire trial order. Crack, the token was crushed by him. Swa, token smash, teleport, fire test field. Boom boom boom. Chu Feng seems to have come to a whole new world. It's a scarlet sky. The sky and the sea are a fiery red. The island full of vitality is reflected in the purple red by the fiery red sky. The sea is also red. Around Chu Feng, there are many islands. These islands, the lowest level 2, the highest even level 5. I go. It was the first time that Chu Feng had seen so many islands on the sea at the same time. After all, in the endless sea, the island owners would choose relatively empty places for safety. At this moment, a large number of islands are gathered here to enter the fire trial. However, these people are usually veterans who have survived in the endless sea for a long time, and they all come in teams. The 5 islands are a team, and they work together to pass through the fiery trials. Although there are level 2 islands around, there are too few level 2 islands, so Chu Feng came alone and attracted many people's attention. Children, you dare to come to the fire test alone, you are not small. A level 4 middle-aged island owner joked. Chu Feng smiled and set up a team for himself. You must form a team to enter the fire trial. After all, this is a big team book. Yo, what a young little brother, is this the first time to come to the fire test? You are lucky. Would you like my sister to take you with me? A beautiful island drove her island slowly towards Chu Feng. Although Chu Feng has 5 wood turrets and 4 wood turrets, he can't check the inlay and reef level, so his equipment is really a bit shabby in the eyes of these 3/4 level island owners. My elder sister has already gone through several fire trials, and she is very experienced. Little brother looks young, are you sure you don't need elder sister to bring him? He. With Chu Feng's amazing eyesight, how could he not see the hint of Kai Guago in the eyes of the beautiful island master? Tisk, boys must protect themselves when they go out. Chu Feng is only interested in women he is interested in, and he has no interest in such women of unknown origin. Even if she does look beautiful. But for Chu Feng, who just hacked to death a super beauty a few days ago, this level is really nothing. No need, thank you sister for your kindness. Chu Feng said politely. Really? The beautiful island owner bit her lip and winked at Chu Feng with extremely enthusiastic eyes. Her expression made the chins of the other male island masters around him drop to the ground. Wipe, too much. The island owner, who had invited this beauty to form a team, was instantly furious. Isn't it just a handsome little white face? Level 2, what a piece of shit. It's worth treating it differently. This bloody world of bloody hell. Humph. The 4th level island owner snorted coldly, and the pressure of the Sun Moon Realm 1st level powerhouse spread over, and actually pressed Chu Feng, who was thousands of meters away, to his knees. I'm going. Lousy didn't provoke you and bullied the small for no reason. Chu Feng's eyes narrowed, and he directly summoned iron broken teeth. The blade was inserted on the lawn, and he actually resisted the pressure of the first layer of the Sun and Moon Realm. Uproar. Unbelievable colors flashed in the eyes of the level 4 island owner and the beautiful island owner. The changes here also attracted the attention of other island owners around, but unfortunately, everyone came to participate in the trial, not to save anyone. All the people stand on the sidelines. No one took the initiative to offend a level 4 island owner in the Sun and Moon Realm for a level 2 island owner. Haha, that's pretty cool. The Sun Moon Realm powerhouse sneered inwardly, increasing the pressure, and making Chu Feng's knees bend completely and kneel on the ground. But the beautiful island owner who caused this change before did not make a move. She also wanted to see how far Chu Feng could persevere. The coercion of the 1st level powerhouse in the Sun and Moon Realm quickly made Chu Feng's whole body painful. Even with his 2nd level of cultivation, the 9th level of the sky, compared with the 1st level of the Sun and Moon Realm, there is no resistance. Thousands of stones, sky, Lingyun, mountains and seas, sun and moon. There are 3 big realms in the middle. It is rare that Chu Feng can stand upright without kneeling under his pressure. Doda's cold sweat continued to seep out from Chu Feng's forehead, and he couldn't use all his strengths and methods. This powerful realm coercion can ignore any defense on the island, and even Long Nu and Eggy were pressed so pale that they vomited blood, and no one could help Chu Feng. He must save himself. Far away. Hoo, that idiot Ren Wu is bullying the younger generation again. It's shameless to fight every day for beautiful women, it's disgusting. The waning moon snorted coldly, her eyes too lazy to float over. She got Chu Feng's phone number from Meilan before, but he hasn't answered the phone calls these days. Although I have known this little guy Chu Feng since I was a child, I know that he is unusually intelligent, and he has recently made a splash in the endless sea, so there should be nothing wrong. But she couldn't stop worrying. Therefore, she was also absent-minded when her friends brought her to the fiery trial. I go. My friend Luo Yi suddenly gave a strange cry. As that kid who was bullied by Ren Wu, your brother Chu Feng. What? Wan Yu's eyes instantly became extremely cold. Who dares to bully her younger brother Chu Feng? Sure enough, when the waning moon glanced away, the young man who was bullied by the sun and moon first layer powerhouse, who didn't kneel down while carrying it, was not her pure brother. Ling Lai's murderous aura erupted from the waning moon's body, and she suddenly turned into a burst of white rainbows and flew away, and the pressure of the sun and moon triple layer was released in an instant. While helping Chu Feng resist all the coercion, the power of the waning moon turned towards Ren Wu fiercely. Ah 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 ah! That Ren Wu screamed in horror, and was pushed into the lawn by the power of the waning moon. Face down. Dog eating shit. Although the waning moon is only 3 layers of sun and moon, the cultivation base is only 2 layers higher than the task. But Can Yu practiced 54 orifices, while Ren Wu only practiced 36. So he gorgeously planted a super big somersault. Being slapped into the soil with a slap by the waning moon like Xiaoqiang, it is as embarrassing as it is. Ha! The dignified sun and moon powerhouse is so sad, this is a tough stubble. The onlookers looked at the woman who was flying in the sky, and this look. Hey, let me be darling, this woman has black hair and white clothes, she is so beautiful, she is a peerless woman, and she is several times more beautiful than the beautiful island owner just now. It's a pity that she is not the bullying beauty island owner. With her strength, she can only hang and beat Ren Wu, and has no interest in being molested. The pressure of the sun-moon realm faded, and Chu Feng fell to the ground by inertia. Under that powerful pressure, the bones on Chu Feng's body cracked countless roots. He coughed up blood after the end, but the wounds on his body healed quickly. Xiao Feng, are you all right? Seeing Chu Feng fall down, Guan Yu was worried and rushed to his island to help him up. This move is really too abrupt. After all, this is an endless sea, and you dare to go to the island without the permission of the island owner. What if you are strong? It's just courting death. But fortunately, Chu Feng heard the sound and immediately blocked the turret's attack with his mind. Sister Xiaoying, I didn't expect to meet Qin Ying here. Merlin's daughter. It is also the sister Qin Ying who has watched Chu Feng grow up since she was a child. She also bathed Chu Feng, washed his clothes, and cooked for him when he was a child. Quote. Why are you here? Guan Yu was stunned. You actually got the fire trial order. It has long been heard that Chu Feng's talent may be related to the explosion rate. But to get the fire order so early, this kind of talent is too heaven-defying. So perverted. The waning moon was really stunned. However, the status quo does not allow them to ask for help here, because Guan Yu's shot just now completely shattered Ren Wu's poor face and self-esteem. The waning moon. How dare you attack me? Do you want to be the enemy of Guantian society? Ha! Guantian Club. Scare. As soon as these 3 words came out, everyone who was still watching the play in a leisurely manner immediately retreated. They never thought that this Ren Wu turned out to be a member of Guantian Club. Don't provoke Guantian Club. Better not even watch the show. These people who were planning to watch the show quickly entered the fiery trial with their team, for fear that if they took a step too late, they would be targeted by the people of Guantian Club. Kang Yu raised her head and sneered, haha. I beat someone from your Guantian society, so what? Come on. Arrogant, too arrogant. You actually called Bangguan Tianxi directly. What is the origin of this beautiful woman? That's the famous Guantian society. Hey, a terrifying existence that even the 3 giant companies in the China civilization base dare not provoke lightly. Chu Feng was at a loss when he heard these 3 words. He has heard of Haoqi Club. What is Guantian Club? But it is definitely not a non-profit organization like Haoqi Club. Haha, good. I don't even pay attention to Guantian society, you wait for me. After Ren Wu stood up and shouted at the waning moon, he took out a token and seemed to want to urinate. Ha 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 ha. Luo Yi laughed wildly, and the other 2 friends who were with her also turned into white rainbows and flew over. The 3 extremely beautiful women instantly formed a beautiful landscape in the Red Sea. Ren Laogu, do you want to run now? He really lives up to his name, cowardly like an old dog, ha 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 ha. Luo Yi laughed wildly, her dazzling purple clothes fluttering in the air, extremely beautiful. 4 super beauties appeared at the same time, blinding the dog eyes of the rest of the audience. Some people reacted at this time. Dragon Kings of the 4 Seas. They are the Dragon Kings of the 4 Seas. No wonder Ren Wu of the Guantian Society is going to run away, so he was afraid, ha 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 ha. Guantian Club is just like that. Dragon King of the Four Seas. Scare, isn't the Dragon Emperor of the Four Seas the super sea monster in the legendary sea? It is said that it looks extremely ugly, and it is extremely terrifying to swallow human flesh and drink human blood. How can there be 4 people? And there are 4 super beauties. Dare to bully my brother, Ren Laogu, just wait for us to be beaten into meat sauce. At this moment, the waning moon flew up and stood in front of Luo Yi and the other 3, her face in white clothes was full of indifference. Humph, if you don't beat this old dog to the point where he can't even recognize it, and today's incident spreads out, everyone thinks her waning moon's younger brother is easy to bully, so what if everyone steps on it? Moreover, according to the character of the group of dogs in Guantian Club, they will definitely come back to find Chu Feng's trouble, so it is better to kill 100 people. Can Yu's younger brother is also our younger brother, Ren Laogu, you are unlucky today. Look at the sword. Luo Yi took the lead, and a cold light flying sword rushed towards Ren Wu immediately. Ren Wu was shocked. A waning moon, he is not an opponent, plus Luo Yi and others, he is afraid that he will be beaten back into his mother's womb. You, the waning moon, you are too arrogant. Are you going to declare war directly on the Guantian Society? Do you want to break the peace that you have managed to maintain over the years? Ha ha, Wan Yu sneered, don't think that I don't know your plan, how can my brother be coveted by you guys? Give me death. Ah, countless Dharma lights are attacking Ren Wu. Fortunately, Ren Wu had a valuable teleportation scroll in his hand. At the moment when the waning moon and the 4 shot at him, Ren Wu crushed the teleportation scroll and teleported it thousands of miles away. But no matter how fast he was, those skills and magic light still severely injured him. The young man didn't know what the origin was, but he actually attracted the Dragon Emperor of the Four Seas to take action for him. If he had known that he would provoke such a stubborn stubble, he would not be greedy for that beauty. HMPH. If Elder Shi knew that Wan Yu would maintain such a small white face, he would be mad. Today's revenge, he must avenge it. After Ren Wu escaped, Wan Yu, Luo Yi and others landed on Chu Feng's island. Chu Feng saw that the decisive shots and ruthless moves of the 4 just now directly severely injured a Sun-Moon realm. Knowing that the other 3 were selling the face of the waning moon, they helped him vent his anger, and suddenly felt a little warm in his heart. Thank you for your help, I don't know. Brother, wow, brother, I finally see you. A woman in purple came over and pinched Chu Feng's face. Chu Feng, wow, Luo Yi, you should be gentle. Your younger brother's face has been pinched red. Wow, my brother's skin is so good. Wow, this figure. Brother, my name is Shui Ya, you must remember my name. Hey, you guys. The waning moon hurriedly came over and brushed away the 3 women who were surrounded by Chu Feng. Please don't spoil her pure little brother Zhaofeng, okay? Chu Feng is only 18 years old. It's an age of ignorance. You will ruin him like this. The domineering waning moon protects Chu Feng like a chicken, this bad posture makes Chu Feng really dumbfounded. When did he have 3 more sisters? Cough. Chu Feng said helplessly. Sister Xiaoying, I heard from that person just now that the Guantian Society seems to be famous, will you be retaliated for me? Luo Yi shouted. What a shit Guantian Society, it's just a group of sanctimonious dogs than a bullying organization, it's not worthy to lift our shoes in front of our 4 emperors and dragon emperors. Cough. This bullshit made Shui Ya's face flash with embarrassment. Chu Feng also keenly captured Shui Ya's embarrassed expression, and knew that Tiantian Club might not be so easy to provoke. Unexpectedly, these 3 big beauties who had never known each other would act for him because of the waning moon. If the 4 of them didn't help out just now, although Chu Feng was sure that he would not be killed by that old dog, he would definitely not be able to ask for anything. Thank you to the 4 sisters, Chu Feng will keep it in my heart. Luo Yi waved her hand generously, Shui Ya covered her face with a smile, and Wan Yu patted Chu Feng's shoulder in relief. It's the Dragon Emperor of the Four Seas, Chu Feng, who is very curious about the origin of this title. Cough, cough, cough. Luo Yi suddenly coughed as if he had terminal tuberculosis, and quickly changed this very bloody topic. Brother Zhaofeng, didn't you come here to participate in the fiery trial? Haven't formed a team yet. Come on, elder sister will take you. Yes, little brother, haven't you only opened the island for 8 days? It's not worth it for you to participate in the fire trial alone at this time. But I've already planned to take you to participate, but your phone has been unable to figure out. Since you came here by yourself, the 4 of us will take you for a ride. Remnant Moon Road. Only then did Chu Feng know that the waning moon had been calling him during the few days he was in retreat, but he didn't carry the phone with him, so he didn't read it. It's just that he didn't come to the fire trial at this time for the rich reward of passing the level. What Chu Feng wants is to fight. Sharpen and improve your will with constant bloodthirsty battles. Raise your true strength, just like the 4 people in the waning moon beat Ren Wu back. What Chu Feng wants is not a strong island and turrets, but a strong self. So here he is. At this point, Chu Feng can only say truthfully, actually, I want to exercise my ability, not to break through. Scare, admiration flashed across the faces of Luo Yi and Wan Yu. Chu Feng is really an Iron Man. In Kaiyuan realm, I want to use the fire test to strengthen myself. The fire test is a rich copy. It is very wasteful to play like this. No. The 4 sisters suddenly smelled an unusual breath. The fire trial can't be played without the void realm. This kid, it's a pure waste to come here at this time. What is your cultivation base now? Wan Yu asked. Forehead. The other 3 sisters also looked at Chu Feng curiously. After all, the scene of resisting the coercion of the sun and the moon just now is still vivid in my mind. This kid is at least in a critical situation, right? The island has only been opened for 8 days. This cultivation speed is really fast. Facing the questioning of the 4 elder sisters, Chu Feng could only truthfully say, the myriad stones is the first level. Wow! 4 in an uproar. Receiving this answer, Wan Yu's face was not happy. You, why are you ascending so quickly? The Qianjin realm is also called the body casting realm. Only when the foundation of the Qianjin realm is solid, can you become stronger after entering the 10,000 stone realm. The waning moon is really heartbreaking. She didn't understand how such a smart little brother could be so short-sighted. It's not a good thing to be promoted to the myriad stone realm so quickly. The other 3 Luo Yi also had a heartache on their faces. Don't be afraid, Shui Ya said, although the foundation of the Qianjin realm is not well laid, it is not impossible to feed back the casting body through the treasures of heaven and earth. Shui Ya comforted Chu Feng, and even her eyes became gentle and encouraging. Another sister, Crescent Moon Yi, took out a fruit directly. I have a chilling fruit here, which is an excellent casting fruit, little brother, take it and eat it. Exclamation mark. Seeing that the 4 elder sisters cared so much about him, they even took out such precious chilling fruit. While Chu Feng felt warm in his heart, he didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Don't worry, sisters, my casting skills are pretty good, otherwise how can I resist the pressure of the Sun-Moon realm? Not only is it good, it is simply super bully. After all, he devoured a total of 9 light storage stones. In the endless sea where the attribute energy storage gems are extremely precious, who else has cultivated more than him? But Chu Feng accepted the concern of the 4 sisters. When Chu Feng mentioned the sun and moon realm, the 4 women reacted. Yes, if the foundation is not strong, can a mere 10,000 stones carry the sun and the moon? I want to eat fart. So, how strong is Chu Feng's foundation? How can he actually withstand the pressure of the sun and the moon? The 4 girls thought about it carefully, and suddenly looked at Chu Feng with strange eyes. That expression, as if seeing something super perverted. 10,000 stones carry the sun and the moon. This is really rare, even they just realized how amazing what Chu Feng did just now. Xinyuai hurriedly took back her precious chilling fruit. It seemed that she was very reluctant to give up this precious fruit, and would not even leave it outside for a few more seconds. Little brother, is your talent really related to the explosion rate? You have to be careful, I'm afraid the Guantian society is staring at you. Wan Yu suddenly became nervous. The group of idiots in the Guantian society don't do human affairs, little brother, that Renwu is likely to be sent to test you. Luo Yi said. Chu Feng was speechless. Why did he think that Renwu was just lustful and wanted to show his extraordinary might in front of the woman just now? It seems that the guy is not as urbane as the 4 older sisters imagined. Okay, I got it, thank you sisters for reminding me, I will be careful. After saying this, the 4 elder sisters expressed their intentions. They originally wanted to take Chu Feng through the fire test and help him improve his cultivation. Chu Feng wants to exercise by himself, and the 4 sisters can follow behind and not interfere. Chu Feng was surprised. This is also possible. Of course, with your current ability, you can break through 10 levels. I'm afraid you don't know how rich the rewards after 100 levels are. Leave the next levels to us, don't waste a precious fire test make. Alright, Chu Feng said. Let's go, let's go. With the order of the waning moon, Chu Feng joined their team, and in the eyes of envious eyes, the 5 islands disappeared into the Red Sea. I'm going, that kid's beauty is too good, right? 4 beauties accompany him to level up. Why didn't I have such good luck when I was young? As soon as they left, other island owners who had not dared to talk about it before finally dared to talk about it. Bah, look at that fat body on your body. Do you have someone with that body and face? This boy looks a little familiar. He seems to be Chu Feng. What, Chu Feng? Everyone, look at me, and I look at you. Suddenly a groaning sound shocked the quartet. The mythical Chu Feng of the second middle school who has recently become famous in the Endless Sea and was in the news some time ago. Where is Chu Feng? Who is Chu Feng? I want to marry my daughter to him. Hurry, hurry, catch me, Zhao Good, and come back. Worry, isn't Chu Feng this year's freshman? Why did he come to the fiery trial? One stone stirs up 1,000 waves. The news that Chu Feng entered the fire trial was accidentally leaked. Chu Feng really wants to keep a low profile, but reality doesn't allow it. Soon, those big companies that have been trying to contact Chu Feng crazily recently all know that Chu Feng has entered the fiery trial. And Chu Feng's fiery trial trip this time has also spread among the major island owners, and many voices have come out. After all, Chu Feng's fame is not fake, it is not fake, but Chu Feng is now in the sky and only has the cultivation level of the 1,000 crust realm. Hyunjin enters the fire trial. Ha ha, this is too funny. Isn't this looking for death, bro? This guy is doing everything he can to be famous. Such discussions quickly spread to the chat channel of this year's freshmen with a wave of doubts, and attracted a large number of people who were dissatisfied with Chu Feng at a lightning speed. After all, Chu Feng is too famous. The place where he appeared was the center of the whirlpool and the fishing reel, and it was normal for some people to dislike him. An empty shelf with no strength, but relying on his good talent, he has exploded a lot of good things. Relying on the little white face, which is still a good one, he won so much praise and praise. Compared with his rubbish strength, which has not reached the top 100 of the novice list, it is simply unworthy of virtue. Zhou Gang leaving the earth. Who dares to talk about my eldest brother? I see one cut off the other. I'm not kidding. Sudden, the chat channel that was still very lively just now, and there was a lot of discussion, fell silent like a dead silence. The madness of leaving the earth made everyone dare not speak. After all, who is leaving earth? It is one of the top 5 on the current top 500 freshman list that has reached 280 waves today. It is a rising star who has not been on the list before, but suddenly rises brilliantly. Behind him, there is probably a big family. In short, people who can't be bothered. Zhou Gang's words have become a complete terminator in the chat channel. Those who dare not speak but want to gossip crazily can only go to their own school group. Who is Zhou Gang's eldest brother? One of the top 3 men suddenly jumped out and spoke, scaring me to death. I don't know. Doesn't it mean that Zhou Gang has a strong background? Even the person trained by Fatang Group has never done him, and now he has been brushed out of the top 5. It's Chu Feng. Suddenly there is a humanity. Chu Feng. Is it true? But Chu Feng never makes the list. And Chu Feng doesn't seem to have the strength to make the list. The third freshman is his younger brother. You are not naive to think that Chu Feng is really not on the list. Maybe he will be killed tomorrow. How can there still be those people in the top 10 now? I feel like Chu Feng is very mysterious. I can't mess. I've said it for a long time, no matter how weak Chu Feng's strength is, he is still a great god, and he has entered the fire trial. Fire trial. A group of people shivered, envious and jealous. From the fire test, the strength must have increased significantly, right? Whether it's talent or family background, these scumbags are incomparable. In the fire test, it's a red world. The sea area seemed to be lava, with fiery bubbling crackling. As soon as the 5 islands came in, they were attacked by magma. The reef defenses of several people are constantly being devoured by the blazing heat of the magma, for the island owner whose level of defense reef is too low. Energy must be expended to repair the reef in order to continue walking. Otherwise the island will be burnt to ashes. Although the fire trial is a dungeon, it does not mean that people will not die. When the island is burned and the owner of the island is unfortunately killed by the magma monster in the copy, the real death will come. So why do some people comment that Chu Feng said, virtue does not match? Little brother, your island's reef level is not low. The waning moon praised. See Jeb, you can't see a lot of consumption at all. That's of course, Chu Feng thought to himself. After all, his island's reef defense reached 8.9 million, far exceeding the magma attack in the fire trial. So these magma can't break the defense at all. That is to say, the magma could not do any harm to Chu Feng's island. Sister Xiaoying, I'll leave it to you now, I'll go up and go through the barrier. Chu Feng said. Go, the 4 women said in unison. There is no end to this fiery trial. Completely relying on personal strength, you can pass as many levels as you can. The more levels you pass, the richer the rewards. The structure setting in the trial is a bit like MapleStory. Below is the endless red magma. The magma itself has fatal damage, and there will be magma bosses coming out to attack the island from time to time. Above it is a strip of suspended stairs paved with red masonry. Only those who are in the sky can fly up and down on these intermittent stairs. Therefore, the minimum cultivation base requirement for the fire trial is to fly into the air. Chu Feng jumped at the moment and flew to the stairs. He did not draw any weapons. Because if you want to test yourself, what is the use of weapons? You must use your body to carry it. Push the limits with pure personal power. So Chu Feng doesn't plan to use any weapons, he uses his fists to temper his fighting will, temper his body, and polish his skills. Chu Feng arrived on the striped ladder. 3 magma monsters with ultra-high temperature rushed towards him with flames fluttering all over their bodies. Chu Feng grinned. His eyes were cold and cold. Clenched fists. Poof 1. He flew and hit the magma monster with his fist. At the same time as the terrifying scorching heat came from his skin, the white smoke and the smell in the air showed that his skin had been scorched. But the magma monster also instantly turned into powder. 1 punch, ashes and ashes. .. Exclamation mark. The 4 people below all gathered on the island of the waning moon, and there was an exquisite open-air tea pavilion on her lawn. It's where the 4 sisters' daily tea party is. The 4 sisters often eat, drink and chat on the island of the waning moon, chat gossip, follow dramas, watch movies, and at the same time study upgrade strategies, fight monsters and so on. This is the first time sitting here admiring the heroic demeanor of a handsome man. My little brother's fist is so hard. It can be wiped out with 1 punch. Although this is the first level, the monster's strength is very low, but this is a bit exaggerated, isn't it? Luo Yi was surprised. My younger brother's strength seems to have improved a lot. The last time I watched the video of him fighting vultures, he still needed a weapon, but now he doesn't even need a weapon. Although the vulture's combat power is much stronger than this magma monster, it is not something that everyone can do. This shows that Chu Feng's boxing power contains earth-shattering energy. This can instantly turn the enemy into dust. While the 3 of them were chatting, Chu Feng has smashed more than a dozen monsters on the stairs, and in the blink of an eye, he came to the boss of the first level. The boss of each level in the fire trial is the same. In each level, the mobs just become stronger and more numerous. The big monsters are all magma monsters that can breathe fire, or can use weapons, or have skills and big moves, and at the same time have stronger defense and attack attributes. All in all, they are all the same. Boom. Chu Feng attacked with a punch. There is no suspense, the boss of the first level will be wiped out and invisible. The first level was too easy for Chu Feng, he didn't even sweat. After seeing the death of the boss in the first level, a few red light spots floated from its body and submerged into Chu Feng's body. Burning fire. This is the richest and most coveted terrifying reward in the fire trial. Wash the essence and cut the marrow with hot flames, wash away the dirt existing in the body and meridians, and make the body become purer and brighter. thereby compressing the cultivation base, improving the physique, and increasing the speed of cultivation. Therefore, people who have entered a fiery trial will not improve their cultivation when they come out, but their cultivation will decrease. But at the same time, the cultivation base will become more pure. This is the fire test. A precious trial copy that drives countless people crazy. At the same time, this is also the reason why Chu Feng was scolded on the internet before. Because, for such a precious thing, he actually ran into it as an empty shelf, relying on his explosion rate talent to be so excessive and wasteful, it makes people hate it so much. After the red dot submerged into Chu Feng's body. Although weak, Chu Feng can clearly feel that they devoured some black impurities. Then through the sweat, it flows out of the body and becomes a thin layer of sticky stuff. But Chu Feng was too lazy to organize his body. There are still many levels, you can't pass a level and take a bath. Dirty is dirty, it doesn't matter. As long as you can get stronger, nothing matters. Now, on to the second level. Boom boom. In front of the road that was already dead, a new strip-shaped ladder appeared again, hanging in the air. Below is the endless crimson magma. As long as one does not fall, it is a place to die without a burial. Bring it on. Chu Feng grinned and rushed out. One punch directly crushed the two connected magma monsters into powder. He died completely, not even the scum was left. So ruthless, so decisive, so arrogant and unskilled boxing. Even the four sisters were amazed. Bang, bang, bang. In just 3 or 5 punches, Chu Feng destroyed all the magma monsters on one ladder, flew to another ladder, and attacked frantically again. These tiny magma monsters can't fully evoke Chu Feng's fighting spirit. Because they are so weak, Chu Feng has to quickly pass the level to meet stronger opponents. Hey, little brother played so aggressively. Back then, after I was promoted to the sky, I came to the fire trial for the first time, but I was so dizzy, my little brother was not affected by the scorching heat at all. Shui Ya sighed. Xinyuai smiled, and Yusho poured a new pot of tea. She was the quietest and least talkative among the 4 sisters. At most, Luo Yi will secretly sneer when she is talking about yellow, erotic, and sarcastic words. Like today, it is a rare time when she has a strong sense of presence. It seems that she also likes this Chu Feng brother very much. After all, who told them to listen to the Wanyu guy about her cute and pure brother since they were young? They have, knowing Chu Feng for many years. Xinyuai said. The property stone he absorbed is very special, so he is not afraid of the scorching heat of these tiny particles. Micro, scorching. Hello, this adjective is indeed your new moon night. It's crazy enough. If other people knew that the scorching heat of the fiery trial was described as minimal by you, they would probably vomit blood and die of shame. Have you seen what kind of attribute he is? Wan Yu asked curiously. After all, they all know what Crescent Moon's talent is. But Xinyuai shook his head. I haven't seen it before, and I can't tell the difference. Scared. I haven't seen any ghosts. The 4 of them have been in the endless sea for so many years, and you can tell me I have never seen it before. Could it be that the attribute gem that little brother Chu Feng absorbed is something rare and rare? 4 levels are so soon. Luo Yi exclaimed in surprise. It took no more than 5 minutes for them to enter the fire trial position. Is it that fast? Does Chu Feng really only have the cultivation base of the first level of 10,000 stones? What kind of treasure is my brother carrying? He didn't advance to the sky, how did he fly? Luo Yi finally raised this fatal question. As soon as the question came out, among the other 3, only Shui Ya let out a faint smile. He should have been vacated. What? Didn't the younger brother say that he is talented? The feelings are deceiving them. Wrong. The 3 women suddenly denied that the power that Chu Feng burst out when fighting monsters was clearly Wanshi. This can't fool anyone, but Shui Ya couldn't tell what she wasn't sure about, unless he took the medicinal pill or fruit to increase his spiritual power, and he may have condensed the first level of cultivation. Shui Ya said. Ah. The expressions of the 3 people suddenly changed unpredictably. Luo Yi exclaimed in a very unladylike manner, is the talent and explosion rate really so unbelievable? How many good things did he explode? It's so scary. No wonder I heard that the top 100 companies in the base are looking like crazy to find various ways to recruit younger brothers into their companies, and even Guandian Club can't sit still. It turns out that my younger brother's talent is so shocking to the world. In this way, wouldn't the younger brother become Tang monk meat? Anyone who sees it wants to take a bite. After all, the explosion rate talent is really scary. As soon as these words came out, the four of them frowned. Tang monk meat. This can't be done. Chu Feng is their favorite younger brother, especially after seeing the charm of Chu Feng that can turn all living beings upside down. They have decided to protect Chu Feng's younger brother as the closest chick. Being targeted by so many companies will bring him a lot of trouble. This is not good for Chu Feng's growth. Wan Yu was the first to speak. I will never let anyone dare to stare at him. Shui Ya said. Last time I watched the video, I liked brother Chu Feng very much. Wan Yu, I support your decision. I must have a share. Whoever dares to bully the younger brother, I will kill him first. Luo Yi clenched his fists fiercely. Xinyuai shook his head and smiled. I didn't expect you to be so passionate, and I have to share in this kind of thing. Wow Kaka, Yi, you are so domineering today. In the past, you were reading only the sage's book and not listening to the outside world. Why do you care so much about my little brother today? Are you also confused by Chu Feng's handsome face already? Luo Yi laughed and joked. Is it not okay? Surprisingly, the new moon knight did not deny it. Wow, big news. The three girls suddenly had gossip expressions on their faces, and Xinyuai blushed suddenly. She has always been low-key, and has never been the focus of everyone's attention. It was very uncomfortable to be stared at by the three women with such warm eyes. Bang! A loud bang. It turns out that Chu Feng has passed the 5th level and stepped into the 6th level of the fire trial. The defense and attack of the monsters in each level increased exponentially, but in front of Chu Feng, it was as vulnerable as a tooth sacrifice. Before Luo Yi thought that Chu Feng could only pass 10 levels at most, it seems that they underestimated Chu Feng. The 5th level's burning fire quickly devoured more impurities in Chu Feng's body. But with a solid 10,000 stone and 1 level of cultivation, his cultivation realm has hardly been affected. However, Chu Feng could clearly feel that the faint impurities in the acupoints he had opened before disappeared at a speed visible to the naked eye. So much so that the breath of his dantian became purer than before. So cool. This kind of cleansing is exactly what he wants. As the level gets higher and higher, the temperature in the magma also gets higher and higher. Chu Feng has long been unable to maintain his personal appearance. He is sweating profusely now, and his skin is covered with a layer of yellowish impurities, which are dirty things discharged from his body. His hair was dripping with sweat. The image is really bad. Little brother, go on. Shui Ya shouted. The magic light surged in her hand, and a snow-white light shot on Chu Feng. A cool water column suddenly splashed on Chu Feng. Thank you, Sister Shui. Chu Feng grinned and ripped off his shirt. He took the opportunity to wash his body clean. Mountain. Seeing this scene, the four girls instantly opened their mouths in an O shape. This figure is too predictable. Younger brother, I don't want you to be so charming in front of us. Shoot. The waning moon blushed into a cloud of sunset light, and Luo Yi's eyes released an evil light, even the always introverted and quiet crescent moon knight. She also turned her face away shyly. If my little brother dares to walk on the street like this, I don't know how many young girls will be fascinated. Shui Ya covered her delicate nose and said, if you want to tell my younger brother, he must not do this in front of outsiders. Luo Yi nodded in complete agreement. Yes, this can only be done in front of us. Boys must protect themselves when they are outside, otherwise they will suffer. Hello, Luo Yi, what you said. It seems that they are the bad girls who are taking advantage. Although, 727, they were indeed widening their eyes, for fear of missing a minute and a second to stare at the swaying Shang. Hot boy. Wow, I don't. Okay. The shameful warm red liquid flowed out from Luo Yi's nose, and the pure color was comparable to her red cheeks. Hoo-hoo. The other few were not too well, and seemed to be enduring something with extreme restraint. After all, it's too hot in the fire trial. Yes, it is like that. It's just because the surrounding air is too hot, and there are magma monsters emerging from the magma at any time. But Chu Feng, who was killing with passion, didn't know what was going on behind him. He only knew that the further back the monsters were, the thicker their HP was, and the more powerful their attacks were. The fiery flame hit him, and he felt an unparalleled pleasure. Because of the fire trial, it is a genuine treasure land for perfect tempering and cleansing of the body. This fiery temperature magma can quench his flesh and blood while perspiring. The red light spots of each boss level can devour impurities in the body. The flames that the monster spewed can improve his resistance to flames, while strengthening his skin and increasing his ability to fight attacks. The boss of the 10th level is an ugly magma monster holding a huge red sword and breathing fire. When the flames sprayed on Chu Feng's body, Chu Feng couldn't avoid it. Let that fiery flame burn his skin. Then, under the super powerful self-healing ability, his bubbling flesh and blood healed quickly. While teasing the monster, he dragged him to burn himself with flames. He is taking the opportunity to temper himself. Simply a pervert. The feeling of that fiery flame burning on the body is not something that ordinary people can bear. Chu Feng actually has such a huge willpower to endure such pain. How could he have such a strong willpower? It's so terrifying, so perverted. The 4 girls were amazed. They know that this flame is indeed a good thing. If you can successfully enjoy the flame baptism of every 10 boss levels, the strengthening of your physique will be shocking to the world. There are many people who have entered the fiery trial and have come to enjoy this kind of treatment. Why haven't they experienced it in the past? It's just so painful, painful enough to want to die instantly. At this moment, Chu Feng even deliberately teased the monster, letting him spit out flames to burn him and temper him. How strong is Chu Feng's willpower? Pervert. That's enough pervert. The 4 women seemed to have a premonition of the rise of a great powerhouse that has never been seen before or has never come before. Tisk tisk, my little brother's endurance is really terrifying. Who the hell is saying he's virtuous? Let those keyboard warriors hiding behind the internet come and see. See if they have the seeds to withstand this flame, Xinyuai said. My younger brother's endurance is extraordinary, so I don't worry that the Guantian society will be disadvantageous to him. After all, with my brother's inhuman endurance, I don't believe that no organization or individual in the world can defeat him. Ha 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 ha. Guan Yu laughed loudly. You're right, we really don't seem to have anything to worry about, ha 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 ha. Only with this amazing perseverance of the younger brother, he is enough to look down on one side. I believe that the younger brother will soon rise and become a new generation in the endless sea. After a loud scream, Chu Feng killed the boss of the 10th level with one punch. Enter the 11th level. At the 11th level, it is a complete new world. All magma mobs have their lethality and defense increased to the same level as the 10th level boss. In other words, Chu Feng alone has to deal with nearly 60 bosses and one super boss. Every level in the future will be like this. Therefore, Luo Yi said before that Chu Feng could only reach the 10th level. Because each of the next 10 levels is such a terrifying increase in combat power. But, for Chu Feng, these can only inspire his endless fighting spirit. Bloodthirsty killing, resolute killing intent. So fight, 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 kill, kill, kill. If you want to become stronger, you must endure the pain that ordinary people cannot bear. If you want to wear a crown, you must bear its weight. This is the only way for every strong man. It is also the choice of Chu Feng himself. Bang, bang, bang. Chu Feng killed the magma monster that was comparable to the 10-level boss with one punch, and it turned into dust in the scream. I go. Luo Yi was shocked. It turned out that Chu Feng could actually kill the boss of 10 levels with one punch. That was still there for so long. Feelings are purely for the flame of others. The boss of the 10th level is crying and fainting in the toilet. After the 11th level, you can get a flaming coin by defeating each boss. This is a great thing, ha 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 ha. Not only can it be used for training, you can also exchange for extremely precious treasures of various colors. That's why many testers come for this. Every time Chu Feng gets one, Guan Yu and others can also get one. The first time I sit and collect coins. It's really something I've never thought about in my life. Guan Yu said with tears in her eyes. Ha 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 ha. Yes, I didn't expect Luo Yi to take advantage of the fisherman. Hey, that idiom is wrong. Boom boom boom. While the four of them were chatting and laughing, the big boss of the 20th level appeared. It emerged from the depths of the magma, a huge fiery redhead, its eyes spitting fire, showing its extreme anger. The expressions of the four girls immediately became serious. If Chu Feng can't handle this monster, they will attack at any time. Puff 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 puff. I saw the eyes of this huge magma monster spewing manic flames, but Chu Feng did not dodge, standing in the air and letting it attack. Little brother, that fire is no ordinary fire. The waning moon roared in tears. People have been shot. The waning moon's speed is fast enough, but no matter how fast it is, how can the flames of the 20-level boss be so fast? When she was about to approach Chu Feng, the flames had already burned on Chu Feng's body. The huge fiery flame ignited her hair, and even the corners of her clothes burned. Ah! Chu Feng stood on the ladder with open arms, following the hot and terrifying flames. He cried out in pain. Little brother! The waning moon turned pale with fright, and Luo Yi, Xinyuai and the others also rushed over. It's just that they were about to take action, but heard Chu Feng roar, I can stand it, sisters, don't worry. Scare. The four women suddenly showed horrified expressions and froze in the air. You must know that they have also experienced the burning of flames. How can they not know the horror of the flames in the 20 levels? Chu Feng is still so young, and his cultivation is as high as 10,000 stones. How dare he endure the flames of this layer? After all, the flame of this level not only burns the flesh, but also burns the spiritual sea. That kind of pain is simply not something ordinary people can bear. I just want to live. I want to die. Little brother, are you sure you can? Don't be brave. This will hurt your spiritual sea. Chu Feng grinned. Shankai. Ah, 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 ah. Chu Feng exclaimed, that is the best way to release the pain, not his original intention, it was almost an instinctive roar. The screams made the four girls get goosebumps, and the eyes of Chu Feng changed from pampering to monsters. Chu Feng, it's so scary. This willpower is powerful. Although Chu Feng said that he could bear it, the waning moon and the others were still worried. The four were docked on a ladder. If anything goes wrong with Chu Feng, they will take action immediately. But it seems that they couldn't wait for this moment. Because the first time Chu Feng was burned was not enough, he actually took the initiative to tease the monster's second flame. I'm a god. This guy, so scary. Chu Feng has experienced the baptism of crazy flames, and his cultivation base has dropped from the 9th level to the 8th level. After all, his cultivation in the sky was cultivated by taking drugs, so when he was sprayed by the flames, he immediately shrank. But in its place, purer willpower. Not enough. This is still not enough. If I can't compress the vacant cultivation base to the first floor today, Chu Feng will not go out. Humph. Because such an opportunity is too cool and too rare, since there are 4 elder sisters who have guaranteed tickets, Chu Feng will have no problem rushing to the 100th level. Since someone is taking it, you must seize the opportunity. Bang bang bang, bang bang, so cool, this pure battle, it made Chu Feng's blood boil. Crazy, so crazy. The expressions of the 4 girls changed and changed. On the 21st floor, the mobs turned into the big bosses of the 20th level, and their combat power soared to a terrifying level. But Chu Feng still killed Ling Lai decisively. At this level, his combat effectiveness has clearly begun to decline. The air is too hot. Sweat obstructed his vision like a waterfall. The excessively hot temperature was an obstacle that he could not resist, and also affected his judgment and speed. And overly powerful monsters need him to attack 4 or 5 times in a row to kill them. There are 50 such monsters in the level. Chu Feng can only attack while drinking apple juice and corn juice to quickly recover his stamina. What surprised him was that the new variety of popcorn he blew up before had an amazing effect of restoring his stamina. So every time Chu Feng was exhausted, he would have a few mouthfuls of popcorn. This action made the waning moon and the others dumbfounded. Hey, if you fight monsters, just fight monsters, and what the hell is eating snacks? Could that poor popcorn be able to satisfy his hunger at once? New Moon Knight can't stand it anymore, thinking that little brother Chu Feng likes snacks so much, then prepare more snacks for him in the future. Still an immature child. If Chu Feng knew that they thought so, he would be embarrassed to cut out 3 rooms and 1 hall in the magma. Chu Feng did not miss the baptism of flames every 10 levels, and his cultivation level quickly degenerated to the 6th level of the sky. The huge burning pain also made his physique extremely strong. The skin, which was originally close to the color of wheat, was now burnt red, and the whole person looked like a newly baked jiwei shrimp. Boom. Level 41. The monsters in this level had an astonishing terrifying growth, and even the number had reached 100. Chu Feng had to take out Iron Broken Tooth to assist himself, and also used talents and skills such as Skyrocketing Talent, Fission Clone, and Iron Palm. Otherwise, it would be difficult for him to break through this terrifying level. The Wan Yu and others who were refused help could only look at the wounded young man with heartache, but they couldn't step forward to help. After the 60th level and above, Chu Feng is no longer able to resist alone. The Waning Moon Luo Yi and others have shot. In the Sun and Moon realm, they can kill a monster in seconds. Seeing Chu Feng astonished, think about it, if he used up all his talents and skills, he couldn't kill one, but the Waning Moon could kill one with one move. This gap in combat power is really far enough. Looking at Chu Feng with a slightly stunned expression, the Waning Moon hung in the air, and the white clothes were determined, and a beautiful smile bloomed. Little brother, you are in the Myriad Stone realm, don't compare with us. Ha 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 ha. Luo Yi laughed loudly. Yeah, many people in the Void realm still can't pass the 10th level. Little brother, you have reached the 60th level with your 10,000 stone cultivation base, you have surpassed too many people. All you need now is time. Enough time to grow steadily. One day, you will be able to grow to the point where even we will be horrified. Chu Feng nodded and smiled, thank you for the encouragement from the sisters. HMPH, do you still need our encouragement? Shui Ya waved her hand and killed a large number of monsters. When they finally welcomed the boss, they gave up their positions and let Chu Feng bear the flame of the boss. Ah. Fly 5 layers. Air quadruple. Fly triple. After killing 100 levels in a row, Chu Feng's cultivation finally reached the 3rd level of the sky, and his cultivation realm also dropped from the 1st level of 10,000 stones to the 9th level. Ah, perverted. How can there be such a person in this world who is not afraid of pain? Wan Yu and the others roared in their hearts. After level 100 or more, even if there are even a few people in the Waning Moon, they have to use their weapons, and then send 5 turrets to jointly attack the magma monsters in the sky, in order to slowly advance the progress. I can't imagine how horrible the scene will be after level 110. Chu Feng will no longer take action after the 80th level. Because of those terrifying little monsters, Chu Feng could be slapped to death with a slap. It's level 110. This was the highest level that Wan Yu and the other 4 could reach before. Little brother, are you sure you have to endure this boss's flame? You won't be killed, will you? The Waning Moon is worried. Can't die. Chu Feng walked directly into the boss flame. Ah, even if it was only a little bit closer to the flame, without even touching the edge of the flame, Chu Feng had already roared in pain. Double up. Chu Feng quickly took a few steps back, waiting for the terrifying wound on his body to slowly recover. After eating another handful of popcorn and corn juice, his wounds healed faster. Chu Feng is once again close to the edge of the flame. Ah. Another scream sounded. Chu Feng's painful expression and voice made Wan Yu and others want to drag him away. But they all know that this is what Chu Feng wants. Because he wants to get stronger and stronger. The strong must endure the pain that ordinary people cannot bear. This is inevitable. Everyone who has come to the present point cannot have a smooth past. Want to stand on the top of the mountain? Why not endure the tiring of mountain climbing? So, burn. As long as you don't die, as long as you live, what are you afraid of? 2 seconds later, Chu Feng retreated, waiting for the wound on his body to heal. A quarter of an hour later, Chu Feng walked into the flames again. Ah. So repeat. Chu Feng's cultivation has finally reached the 1st level of vacancy. The 9th level of cultivation has also been suppressed to the 8th level. I'm going to squeeze it, even the power of the light storage stone has been compressed. This flame is too dangling. Chu Feng's heart was shocked. 4 sisters, I can do it. It is good. When Chu Feng finished speaking, the 4 women immediately started to kill the boss on this floor, and the 5 turrets also launched a fierce attack. Along the way, there were too many mobs. Without the help of the turret, even Wan Yu and 4 people could not reach this level. You can see the horror of this fiery trial. After a while, 5 people finally came to level 111. Luo Yi suddenly said, breaking our previous record, ha ha ha, really cool. Shui Ya said, should we continue? We only had 4 people before, but this time we have 5 people. They all saw that Chu Feng's turret attack was not bad, and if there were Chu Feng's islands to help, maybe it would be able to break the record. Every time a record is broken in the fire trial, there will be precious rewards. The waning moon thought for a while and said, the highest record in the sun and moon realm is currently at level 136, shall we give it a try? 136 levels. If I remember correctly, this record has been maintained for many years and no one has broken it. The 4 of them are all at the 3rd level of the sun and the moon, and you must know that the person who made this record is 5 times the sun and the moon and the 9th level. New Moon Knight said, try it. Okay. Luo Yi was full of fighting spirit, she was completely aroused by Chu Feng. Chu Feng has such amazing willpower at such a young age, how can they fall behind when they are older sisters? Chu Feng said, okay, I will help you on the island. Chu Feng is not retreating, but the enemy to face next is too strong. If you don't protect yourself, do you want to die? And he didn't dare to touch the flames in the later levels. He could only touch the flames on the upper layer for 2 seconds on the outer layer, and he didn't even think about the later levels. That is pure death. Okay, be careful. Chu Feng then retreated to his island and controlled the turret with his mind. With his control, the waning moon and the others were less injured. Because Chu Feng's every shot is just right, and his strategic awareness is also very strong, it helps the waning moon and the 4 to reduce a lot of trouble. Little brother, you can be called a god-level cooperation. Finally rushed to the 121st level. After this level, even the waning moon and the 4 returned to the island and used the turret to break through the level. The monsters on the ladder didn't jump down to hit them, but monsters also appeared from time to time in the magma, and each level had a countdown. Therefore, it is basically impossible for them to rely on grinding to pass the level, but the damage of the monsters behind them is too high, and even Kang Yu and others dare not face them. Only in this roundabout way. It seems that if you want to win the record of the sun and the moon, the future is difficult. In the fire trial, there is also a special list. There are vacant list, Lingyun list, mountain and sea list, sun and moon list respectively. The sun and the moon are currently the highest realm that can enter the fire trial, and the high cultivation level cannot enter this dungeon. Currently on the sun and moon rankings, the first place team has reached level 136 impressively. I'm going, someone is brushing the list. A level 3 island owner who was just checking the list marveled at the unnamed team that had just entered the 3rd place, and his eyes widened in surprise. Because the battle strength of the sun-moon realm is already the highest among human cultivators. The list of the sun and the moon hardly moves. Because after the sun and the moon, the cultivation base improved slowly, so everything seemed slow. He hadn't seen any changes in the top 10 on the sun and moon list for a long time. It turned out to be the 4 Seas Dragon King. Didn't they rank out of the 50th place before, but they actually rushed to the 3rd place. What are these 4 women crazy today? They were deceived by a man. That's not right. Didn't they all act together in the past? Why is the team full today? The latecomers didn't know that Wan Yu and the others brought Chu Feng, but they clicked into the team's information and looked at them, each of them was startled. They brought a critical situation. On the list, those who enter the team will be displayed as cultivation bases. Obviously, Chu Feng is now just a scumbag. What's the situation? In order to bring the juniors. Crazy. Qian Jun can also take it like this. Is this world crazy? I'm so envious. If someone brings me to the fiery trial when I'm in a critical state, my strength will definitely be improved to a higher level. Yes, Qianjin is also called the body casting realm. At this moment, the casting body is well cast, and it will become stronger after entering Wanxi. It will get stronger and stronger. The Four Seas Dragon Sovereign is also very good to that kid. Qianjun will consume a fire order to take him, should it be so extravagant. It seems that this kind of treatment is only available to super big companies and big families. It is said that the IEA group often uses this condition to attract those talented people. The people surrounding the list were sour, envious and jealous of the kid named Chu Feng. This guy's Zhao Laojiao name seems a bit familiar, as if I've heard Wo before. Someone finally reacted. It's Chu Feng from S City. The legendary school goddess who was on the news before. Yes, I know him. The fierce man who produced 100 White Ocean spar on the first day of opening the island. It turns out that he has such a relationship with the Dragon King of the Four Seas. No wonder he is coming to the fiery trial. It turns out that someone took him. There were many people mocking him before. Hehe, it's just a group of internet keyboard warriors. What if Chu Feng comes to the fire test alone? People have the capital and the qualifications, and the keyboard warriors will only hide behind the scenes and be envious. Look, they've reached level 135, can they break Peng Tian's record? The number 1 record on the Sun and Moon list is a top red treasure chest and a lot of rare fruits. Peng Tian's record has not been surpassed for several years. Chu Feng, the boy of the quintessence, is going to be famous this time. Fire trial. Level 137. All mobs have been eliminated, only the last boss monster remains. By killing this monster, Chu Feng and the others will be able to refresh the previous record of number 1 and create a new record. At this moment, the four sisters did not dare to go out and directly hostile to the monster. Fog Wong hit the boss piece by piece, the turret bombed wildly, but the blood bar dropped slowly. It's time to bring out Chu Feng's killer weapon. Eggs come, Eggy. Hey. It's finally my turn. The waning moon 4 people, what? What does it mean when my little brother suddenly takes out a pet egg? Still a bronze pet egg. Do the magma monsters in level 137 like to eat eggs? Ah, never heard of it having such a hobby. Just as the 4 girls were thinking about it, Chu Feng smashed the balls out. After Dandan's graceful figure crossed a perfect arc in the flames, it slammed into the head of the huge magma monster. Ow! The magma monster howled in pain, and a large blood bag appeared on its forehead. The waning moon 4. Why is this egg so hard? I go. Amazing. The 4 of them looked at the egg that was jumping back in horror. This is too unexpected. Can eggs still be used like this? What strange things are hidden on Chu Feng's island? Sisters, fight, Chu Feng said to the 4 sisters who were already stunned. Oh. Luo Yi looked back stupidly and continued to use his skills to frantically attack the monster from a distance. And Chu Feng got the egg at this moment and threw it out again. Puff! The waning moon smacked her tongue incessantly, and was afraid of the wide. Chu Feng's younger brother seemed harmless, but he couldn't afford to offend him. Originally, they had no idea what to do about this monster, and they couldn't think of a good winning trick. Luo Yi even whispered, why didn't Chu Feng take out the eggs earlier? It's such a waste to keep such a good killer at home. In this way, the boss of level 137 slowly fell down in a brutal killing, ending his tragic life. Everyone quickly moved to the 138th level, but they evacuated again, but they didn't want to continue to stay in this ultra-high temperature place. Boom boom boom. The 5 islands were sent outside, and the plummeting temperature caused the sea around the islands to spew out billowing white smoke. Chu Feng suddenly felt shivering, and it took a while to get used to the outside temperature. And at this moment, the people who have been watching in the Red Sea have been crazy. Ahahahaha. After a few years, a whole number of years, someone finally broke Peng Tian's record. One of the team members has a critical cultivation base. That guy Peng Tian will definitely be pissed off in the future, right? Ha. There were many island owners who knew Peng Tian and burst into unkind laughter. It's finally out, it's really hot for my sister. After the 4 girls changed their clothes, they gathered on Chu Feng's island. Chu Feng also changed. During the fiery trial, if you are not careful, your ass will be burned by the fire. Not to mention clothes, not even a single sock. So Chu Feng was as big as expected. Feast his eyes. Blessed. Of course, for a woman like Luo Yi, who is feasting her eyes. Surprised by Chu Feng's horrified appearance, Luo Yi's face and cheeks were also red, the four of them gathered together, and there was an indescribable aura of love and ignorance in the air. Cough. Our new moon night was the first to break the embarrassment. Little brother, we broke the record for the first place, and you will open the treasure chest. Xinui stuck out his tongue very rarely, because they really wanted to see how amazing Chu Feng's talent for burst rate was. This is the top red treasure chest. Opened by Chu Feng, you will definitely be able to open the best baby. Chu Feng held his forehead. The four older sisters were probably about to be disappointed. Because his talent is not the explosion rate at all, although it does have a little connection with the explosion rate. Okay, I got this rare red treasure chest from the waning moon. The red light on the treasure chest is so beautiful, and it releases a crazy charmed Sijeb. Open the treasure chest. The moment Chu Feng shouted out the four words, the red treasure chest emitted a dazzling light. Although it is not the first time that Wan Yu and Xin Yuyi have opened the red treasure chest, they have never been so excited. This is the treasure box that Chu Feng opened. Chu Feng, hey. Legend has it that Chu Feng has an amazing explosion rate talent, and he got the fire token as soon as he came out of the novice stage. Hey. There will be a good baby, right? Surely it will. You have obtained the Millennium Light Soul 10. You got Tianshan Yukon 10. You got Qingluan Feather Clothes 1. You have obtained Glass Stone Fragments 5. You got the Red Ocean Spar 5. You got Red Rock Fruit 10. You got Xian Fruit 10. You got the Other Side of Bluegrass 5. You got an Orange Moonstone 5. You got Iron Block 10,000, Wood Block 10,000, Stone Block 10,000, Cement 10,000, Clay 10,000, Red Clay 2,000. You have obtained Fine Iron 1,000, Fine Copper 1,000, Fine Steel 1,000, Silver Nugget 1,000, Gold Nugget 1,000. A lot of resources burst out from the treasure chest and piled up on the ground to form a pile of hills. After the waning moon saw the 5 glazed shards of glazed stone, her eyes were about to pop out. Glass shards. I'll go. The shards of glazed stone that even she didn't have in stock were so gorgeously exploded. 5 more at once, as expected of the explosive talent. Chu Feng's younger brother is too hanging. Chu Feng's eternal god ah. As for the 1,000-year-old radiance, that green Luan feather robe, that evening face fruit that has the effect of beautifying the face. The other side of the bluegrass. Ollie. It seems that the red ocean gem is so unremarkable, unattractive. Oh my god, the 4 waning moon people are going crazy. Luo Yi even hugged Chu Feng's face and took a sip. Little brother, you are amazing. You are the best. You are so amazing. Chu Feng. This burst rate talent can't be washed away. I finally got the shards of glazed stone. I'm going crazy. God knows how difficult this thing is to make. Bro, you are really amazing. Shui Ya got excited and completely lost her breezy and elegant temperament, and actually took a sip from Chu Feng. As a result, there are 4 more large lipstick marks on Chu Feng's face. Luckily there's no one around here. If someone sees this scene, I am afraid that all the men in the world will come to hack Chu Feng to death. Little brother, I'm afraid you still don't know the function of the glass stone fragments. Wan Yu explained to Chu Feng, shards of glass stone can be embedded in the turret to gain 200% splash damage. And 5 glass stone fragments can be synthesized into glass stones, only occupying 1 socket, but can get 1200% splash damage. Sputter range, up to 12 meters. This is the only type of group attack equipment in the Endless Sea. You can actually explode this kind of thing, it's simply too powerful. The combat power of your 3 sisters and I can be improved by a whole lot. Looking at the waning moon full of excitement, if she knew that Chu Feng had already obtained the shards of the glass stone, she would have been so shocked that her eyes would fall out. Chu Feng still decided not to hit her, nodding with an educated face. Then this glass stone shard is too powerful. Of course it is. Quick, I can't wait to install it on my turret. All the items that burst out of the red treasure chest are for 5 people, so it is very good to divide. But only that Qingluan Yuya has only 1 copy. Because it is a flying instrument. Extremely fast. I'll give this Qingluan feather coat to my younger brother. If my younger brother didn't take action, we wouldn't be able to set a new record this time, nor would we be able to break out so many good treasures. Luo Yi said. The other 3 nodded quickly. Chu Feng quickly refused and said, "Good sister, this feather coat is obviously for women, so I don't want it, you should share it yourself." Chu Feng's speed has reached the highest attribute of 1000, but he just didn't show it in front of the waning moon. Although the flying instrument is very valuable, he still can't use it for the time being. Hearing Chu Feng say this, Wan Yu became embarrassed. This feather coat is indeed used by women, it is really strange for Chu Feng to wear it. Well, whoever wants this feather coat will take out something to compensate the younger brother, how about that? The crescent moon spoke. Xinyuai and others will naturally not refute, because they are very grateful to Chu Feng now. If there is no Chu Feng, how can they get these good treasures? Especially the Xian fruit, which can beautify the face, is the rare fruit that women want to get the most. That red rock fruit is not particularly unusual, it mainly increases fire resistance, but it is also a rare treasure. The 1000-year-old light soul is even more incredible, and it can help sun and moon cultivators to break through the shackles of their minds. The higher the cultivation base, the harder it is to improve. Even if there are heavenly Tao rewards, but there is no understanding of heavenly Tao, no breakthrough in the heart, some Sun-Moon realm experts have difficulty breaking through the first order for decades. Millennium Light Soul can solve this problem. Furthermore, the other side of the bluegrass is an extremely rare treasure that can exude Tao rhythm after planting, and help people to comprehend the way of heaven, comprehend skills, and comprehend the universe. It's not that these things have never been seen before, but they usually appear alone in red treasure chests. However, Chu Feng's amazing talent actually exploded them all in a treasure chest. So scary. To say this Qingluan feather clothes, the most suitable one is of course Luo Yi, because Luo Yi's combat skills are more inclined to hand-to-hand combat, ha ha ha, if she has this feather clothes, her combat power will be greatly improved. Of course, the four sisters were very familiar with each other, so they all looked at Luo Yi. Luo Yi stood up a little embarrassed. Okay, then I want this feather coat, little brother, what do you need, tell me. Seeing that the relationship between the four sisters is so compelled, and there is no difference because of the treasure, Chu Feng is amazed at the same time. I'm also happy that Sister Xiaoying has such a good sister. Sister Luo Yi, I don't have anything missing for the time being, can I keep it for later? Chu Feng said. Luo Yi thought for a while, and then his eyes swept over Chu Feng, okay. Come to me anytime you think of it, and I will accept this feather coat. Ha 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 ha. Luo Yi took the feather coat and immediately put it on her body. The blue feather coat was folded between her elbows. Luo Yi just moved lightly and flew out like a light. What a powerful magic weapon. What a great speed. A look of amazement flashed across the faces of Wan Yu and the others. With this magic weapon, they will be guaranteed to escape in the future, ha 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 ha. The four of them invariably remembered the scenes of fighting with people in those years and running away in embarrassment when they couldn't fight. There is also more love for Chu Feng. Little Feng brother, you need this red ocean spar the most right now, I'm not in short supply, you can take it. New Moon Night Road. Chu Feng was ashamed. No, it's alright, I have enough for one. How can it be enough? A red ocean spar increases 5,000 points of combat power, which is the most scarce thing you are now. Xinyuai insisted. Chu Feng scratched his head, and suddenly, Xinyuai's outstretched hand froze in place. Shui Ya asked in a trembling tone of disbelief. In the proving ground, I thought your turret was too powerful, wouldn't you be, already fully equipped? Chu Feng could only smile. I'm scared. Wipe. What a sad drama, hey. Is this the anti-sky point of the explosion rate talent? Perverted. Super perverted. And let no one live. Xinyuai, Wan Yu, and Shuiya were petrified on the spot, and Chu Feng seemed to be able to hear the sound of their chins hitting the ground. When Luo Yi came back and heard the news, she even screamed, wow wow. Monster. It's too scary. Don't let people live. After the Luo Yi ghost screamed, everyone divided up all the rest. But they were hit hard by Chu Feng, and even if they got so many treasures, they seemed a little sluggish. After more than 10 years of hard work in the Endless Sea, there has not been a fledgling stinky boy who has gotten along well. This kind of thing should be ashamed of anyone. At this point, after they divided up the treasure, they were sent out by the Red Sea that counted down. Returned to their original place. And in the fire trial, the amazing legend about the 5 Sun Moon 9-layer record set by 1000 Crust Realm and 4 Sun Moon triple layers has also spread wildly. The island owners who were originally surrounded and did not believe that Chu Feng could break the record were slapped in the face. Although in the end only one level was won. But refreshed is refreshed. The red treasure chest is also properly in hand, let others be jealous and jealous. Anyway, Chu Feng has already got the baby and returned to the 96th district, ha. And he also left the contact information of several sisters, and agreed to meet again next time. It was only at the moment when Chu Feng added Sister Xiaoying that she realized that she was the waning moon, their 96th district leader. It's no wonder that when I passed the level before, I always felt that the name Wanyu was very familiar. It turned out to be Sister Xiaoying. Thinking of the parting again, the waning moon and the four patted their chests. Hua said that they would cover him in the future. Chu Feng found out slowly. Has he been taken care of by the number 1 boss in this area? Chapter 81. Although we know that District 96 belongs to the semi-new district, the so-called semi-new district is the designated novice placement area of S-City. Many newbies will leave here after upgrading and go to other areas to develop. Therefore, the competition in this area is not high, and many low-level island owners gather. The waning moon, as the number 1 in this area, may not be particularly strong compared to those insane killing areas. But the boss is the boss. Now, as Chu Feng, who is covered by the boss, he is naturally loved. After returning to the island, Chu Feng can't wait to organize his harvest this time. Each of the 5 resources is 2,000, the red earth is 400, the 5 advanced resources are each 200, the Millennium Light Soul 2, the Glass Stone Fragment 1, the Red Ocean Spar 1, Red Rock Fruit 2, Xian Fruit 2, Tianshan Yukon Fruit 2, Bluegrass Other Side 1, Orange Moonstone 1, 127 fire coins. He still can't use the 1000-year-old light and soul for the time being, save it. 730. As for this orange moonstone, it is the rarest of Chu Feng's now. Since the Dragon Girl has become a high-level race, it currently takes a full 60 hours to copy one. Chu Feng does not plan to copy the Dragon Girl for the time being. What a waste of time. But the dragon can be copied. With this orange moonstone, it only takes 20 minutes to replicate a blue dragon, which is perfect compared to the previous length of time. Chu Feng walked directly to the barracks. Medium Dragon Race 28 level consumes 2,800 energy points, takes 20 minutes per piece. Do you train? Consume all your energy and train. The formation was successful. A total of 46 medium dragons were trained, and the energy consumption was 128,800 points. Chua. After the training queue, Chu Feng left the barracks, and there were 2 giant dragons guarding the island outside. For the current Chu Feng, the mid-level dragon race is too low in combat power and can only be won by numbers, otherwise it will not be of much use. But I didn't expect that training 40 or so would consume 120,000 energy points, which is really not something ordinary people can afford. Chu Feng is now poor and poor again, forcing him to lift Bonjilian once. Although he only got 1,000 energy points, it is better than nothing. Then there are his glass stone fragments. Ahahaha, finally got the second glass shard. Chu Feng is really happy. Inlaid glazed stone fragments. 5 wood turret 112 level. Send 5 cannonballs per second. Attack 5 targets, causing 700% damage. Glass stone fragment 2. Cause 400% splash damage to all targets within 3 meters. Red Ocean Spar 3. Attack plus 15,000. Current attack. 16,440. Although the glazed stone shard occupied a new inlay bit, causing the attack of the 5 wood turret to drop. However, the range of the splash fragments has also been expanded to 4 meters, and the damage has been changed to 400%. These do not need to be explained. The group attack is the eternal god. When will I be able to collect all 5 shards of glazed stone, increase the splash damage to 1,200%, and only occupy 1 socket? That's really great. Afterwards, Chu Feng checked the Alchemy Encyclopedia to see if there were any new alchemy recipes. The Hongyangguo, which he had hoped for, had only collected 1 type of herbal medicine. Red rock fruit can increase fire resistance. If it can be greatly improved, Chu Feng may be able to set a truly shocking record in the fire trial. A pity, a pity. Collecting herbs is a long way to go. Looking back, Chu Feng was surprised that all the materials for Xingluodin had been collected. Because it has an auxiliary material, the other side of orchid. And seeing the role of Star Luodin again, Chu Feng opened his eyes directly. Xingluodin, you will comprehend the world. Chu Feng's eyes burst out with majestic expectations and expressions. Star Luodin is not used to increase certain attributes, but to directly comprehend the world. And there are no special restrictions. That is to say, the user may comprehend skills, may comprehend talents, and may even comprehend some extremely special things. The most important thing is that he actually has a full 5 stars Luogo. With full calculation, he can get 15 stars Rodan. As for how Xingluodin realized, it was the first time Chu Feng saw it in the pill recipe, so he didn't know the specific effect of this pill and fruit. He has to wait for him to refine it and taste it himself. Star Luodin, Orchid Other Side 1, Ningxian Flower 5, Jizo Flower 5, Chilling Ganoderma 3, Sanwei Fengye 3, Tianxianzi 10. The herbal ingredients of Xingluodan are more complicated than those I have refined before, especially this extremely cold Ganoderma lucidum and 3-tailed phoenix leaf. It's more difficult to refine. Looks like I have to be careful. Chu Feng planted the other side of orchid in the super spiritual field, however, the growth of the other side of the bluegrass was actually very slow. Yes, quite slow. Compared with other medicinal materials that ripen as soon as they are planted, the growth rate of the bluegrass is really slow. It took a full quarter of an hour. And when the other side of the bluegrass matured, Chu Feng also smelled her unique fragrance, thus germinating a connotative understanding of the nature of heaven and earth. Although very weak, Chu Feng has benefited immensely. It's like some kind of bowstring is broken in my brain. As expected of the best treasure, this bluegrass is really a good thing. Chu Feng carefully picked one. He needed 5 pieces of bluegrass. Coupled with other materials, it took more than half an hour for Chu Feng to collect all 5 materials, mainly to wait for the other side of the bluegrass to mature again. Long, come and breathe fire. Chu Feng, it's time to start alchemy again. This time, it was the more difficult Star Luodin, and Chu Feng treated it with great care. Every herbal medicine was put in with great care, for fear that the stove would be blown up when the Xingluo fruit was placed in the back, and a fruit was wasted. Fortunately, Chu Feng won in being careful. He almost blew the stove twice, but was pulled back by his powerful mental power. Hey, after being promoted to the sky, his mental power can also be used in alchemy. Although this Star Luodan is difficult to refine, it is finally successful. It's just that the quality of the pills is relatively low. Chu Feng is speechless about his alchemy skills. Maybe he really doesn't have talent in this area. In short, 5 pots of medicinal herbs, 3 pots are 9th grades, and 2 pots are 8th grades. Alas, passable. You take good care of your home, I'm going to retreat. After Chu Feng once again instructed Dragon Girl and Eggy, he stepped into the wooden house and retreated to comprehend the way of heaven and earth. Take a 9-point Star Luodin first. As soon as the medicinal pill entered the stomach, a large amount of heaven and earth rhyme rose from Chu Feng's body. It was exactly the same feeling he had when the bluegrass matured, but thicker and purer than that. Chu Feng was immersed in this strong rhythm of heaven, earth and Taoism, and began to observe the subtle rules of heaven and earth, the origin of the universe, all things in the world. In this mysterious realm, Chu Feng seems to have caught something, explored something, and seemed to not see through anything. Sudden, in the heart of Chu Feng, a word appeared. Field. What is a field? What is the field? Chu Feng seemed to have caught that point, but it suddenly went away, so that Chu Feng didn't even touch its corner, and it left in a dashing manner. Not enough rhyme. Eat another Star Luodin. Chu Feng felt that if there were more Dao rhyme, he would be able to touch the outline of the realm. Take an 8th rank Star Rodan. A strong Taoist rhythm erupted again. Chu Feng pondered, domain. What is domain? Is it some kind of area? No, not area. It's a range. What range? Chu Feng touched a little bit just now, and Dao Yun was consumed again. This time, he simply swallowed the 3-star Rodan in one bite. Dao Yun, burst, field. Chu Feng recited these 2 words frantically in his heart, and used all the rhythms to touch these mysterious 2 words, which made him unpredictable. Field, is the only one. These mysterious and unpredictable 5 words appeared in Chu Feng's heart, and in an instant, Dao Yun was exhausted again. Go on. Chu Feng grabbed another handful of Star Luodin and swallowed it. He didn't have time to check how many he ate. Boom boom boom. Numerous Taoist rhymes erupted, causing Chu Feng's clothing to fly up, and the broken hair between his foreheads even stood up, shrouding his handsome facial features like a knife. Domain is a very mysterious thing that cannot be explained in words. At the moment when Dao Yun broke out, Chu Feng seemed to have entered a battlefield, a bloodthirsty battlefield. And Chu Feng is holding iron broken teeth, killing them. Bloodthirsty is abnormal. But oddly, time seems to stand still. Only Chu Feng was acting alone. No, to be precise, it was the moment when Chu Feng acted, he completely forgot himself. Totally immersed in some absolute state. At that moment, Chu Feng was invincible. No one can hurt Chu Feng, and only Chu Feng is in charge of killing. Is this the realm? An absolute state. It's so magical, it's hard to describe it in words. Chu Feng, what terrifying things did you realize? In that realm, he turned out to be invincible. This is too terrifying. Is this kind of existence allowed in the Tao of Heaven? What? Chu Feng cried out in pain and woke up from that mysterious state. The Tao rhyme around him dissipated, and the whole person was shrouded in a group of wonderful divine lights, which took a long time to disperse. Feel. Chu Feng smiled. He realized what a terrible thing. This is not even a skill, it is magical skill. Yes, such a great power seems to be possessed only by the gods. It's just that its use conditions are also very harsh. Every time it is used, it consumes 90% of the power of the whole body. Once it withdraws from the field, Chu Feng may fall into a drowsiness that cannot move. This is a lore big move that cannot be used unless it is a last resort. Unless you have the confidence to kill all the enemies, you can't use it easily. But once used, all enemies must die. Hehehehe. As expected of Star Luodin. It actually made him realize such a terrifying ultimate move. Chu Feng got up and looked down. Scare. He actually ate a full 14-star Rodan, which is too much consumption. There is only 1 9th grade left, which is definitely not enough for him to comprehend a new thing. However, if this thing is sold in the auction market, it must be a sky-high price, right? Ha 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 ha, not bad. And a Star Rodan, others will definitely not comprehend the fart, and make money, but will not create a potential powerful enemy for himself. Wonderful, wonderful. After putting away the only remaining Star Luodin, Chu Feng walked out of the wooden house. The time has come to evening, and today is the 8th day of opening the island. On the sea level in the far sky, there is a colorful sunset, reflecting the sea water into a mixture of red and yellow, as if there is a rainbow on the sea. What a beautiful scenery. Zhou Gang, Brother Chu, don't you check the list? The top 10 can get treasure chests, and the treasure chests on the list are more likely to explode with special items. Now they are all crazy. As soon as Chu Feng sat on the swing, he received a message from Zhou Gang. He took a look at the list by the way. I don't know if I don't see it, but I'm startled when I see it. The first place has reached 320 waves. Even Zhou Gang, the previous crane tail, has brushed 293 waves and is currently ranked 5th. Chu Feng wiped his sweat. So fierce. Zhou Gang replied in seconds. It's so fierce. The first place is from the Aiya group, the second place is from the Fatang group, and the third place is said to be from the Guantian Society. Brother Chu, do you know the Guantian Society? Chu Feng. Not very clear, I heard it. Chu Feng looked at the fourth place, and it turned out to be Ying Lu. This little girl is so unremarkable, and now she is on the list. Chu Feng remembers that her family's conditions are really good. Ying's group is quite famous, and it ranks among the top 10 enterprises in China's civilized base. As the eldest daughter of the group, Yinglu's family background really makes it necessary to put all the treasures on her. Zhou Gang, this Guantian society came to contact me, but I heard that they were going to trouble you, and I was so mad. I beat up that grandson, hee. PFF'd. Zhou Gang, this guy, pretty good at being human. Chu Feng reminded him. I heard that it is not easy to provoke, so be careful yourself. After all, Chu Feng clicked on the automatic challenge of the attack list. The top of the freshman list, Chu Feng certainly won't let him go. In the end, it was the third person from Guantian Club. Trouble him. He. Then let's see who troubles whom. Warning. A group of junior sea monsters are eyeing your island. Count 730 quantity, 31. Batch. Wave 221. Although after 200 waves, there are still only 30 sea monsters, but like the fire trial, the quantity is never their pride, the quality is. As the warning sounded, a group of attacking sea monsters appeared on the sea level. However, this time, Chu Feng did not start the turret attack. Because, in the fire trial, Chu Feng realized something completely new about the will to fight. Strengthen and arm yourself with constant battles. Islands and turrets, after all, are just outside things. What a cultivator can rely on is always himself. When the group of sea monsters was about to approach the island, Chu Feng turned into a gust of wind and swept away. His fist condenses endless killing. Boom, hit 30 sea monsters with one punch. One punch. Ha 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 ha. Is he so powerful already? Fist style alone can scare those sea monsters who look mighty and majestic but are pitiful to death. Ha 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 ha. Boom. A heavenly reward came, and there was also a white treasure chest on Chu Feng's beach. He. Attack, sea monster. Let's continue. Warning. A group of junior sea monsters are eyeing your island. Quantity, 31. Batch, wave 222. Oh tyrannical sea monster, give your life away. Yahahaha. In that eternal splendor and endless battle, Chu Feng learned courage, perseverance and decisiveness. Chu Feng overcomes the fear of death. I still remember the last duel with the Sun God Canyon in the ruins. Chu Feng used the clone to fight the enemy, which can be called cautious. But another level, also called cowardice. Because he is afraid of death. So he was overly cautious. At this moment, Chu Feng realized the decisive killing intent and the crazy fighting intent in this constant bloodthirsty battle. He has a belief. When he had this belief, Chu Feng discovered that no strong man in this world, even a strong man who was tens of thousands of times stronger than him, could not defeat his willpower. His eyes became sharper. His will becomes stronger. Every time he waved, there was a terrifying killing intent hidden, and the momentum released from his whole body could kill a sea monster. This is the will that is honed in battle. There is no flower in the greenhouse that can gain his will by raising turrets or islands. From this moment, Chu Feng has become completely different. He has a belief that truly surpasses all living things, an immortal belief, and an eternal belief. Kill. The sea monster has been killed to 300 waves. Chu Feng's ranking also reached the top 20 of the top 500 freshman list. The anonymous great god is back in the arena, making all those who favor it crazy. The freshman list is about to be killed again. The anonymous great god, the eternal god. Oh my god. I knew he would come back. Ha 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 ha. The first place Shira probably couldn't sit still. It's been a few hours, and he's still 320 waves. Ha ha. Do you think it will be so easy to push after 300 waves? All aspects of the sea monster's attributes have reached a terrifying level, and a 4-wood turret alone can't push it. If you don't have your own strength to be the pioneer, don't even think about pushing it smoothly after 300 waves. The endless sea can't become stronger without Krypton Gold, and those group bosses will lose a lot this time. Looking forward to the anonymous god rushing to the top of the list, let the capital take a look. What is a strong person? Things built with money will never be vulnerable. Yeah. In the past, the top 10 of the freshman list were always controlled by capital, but this time there is an anonymous god, and the rules have to be changed. Ha. Those in the chat channel were right. After 300 waves, the sea monsters have reached an astonishingly terrifying level in terms of combat power, defense, and blood volume. No matter how high the attacker's turret level is, as long as he does not destroy all the sea monsters within 2 minutes, he is at risk of being logged in by the sea monsters. Because the distinctive feature of the descendants of these big families is that their own combat power is not too high, and their island defense capabilities are also very weak. To put it bluntly, it is, assassin, too crisp. Can't get beat. Die as soon as you get hit. Chu Feng also looked at the information on the current list. Shira, the island is level 1, a 5-wood turret is full level, the inlay is unknown, and the defense reef is around level 40. The Oops group behind him has indeed invested a lot of money, and actually helped him improve from 4 woods to 5 woods. There should be a lot of blood. It's a pity, but in front of Chu Feng, this kind of combat power is the younger brother of the younger brothers. The problem that Shira is currently facing is not that his attack is not strong enough, but that his defense is too weak. After 300 waves, the monsters can be carried very well, the flesh is thick and the blood bar is long, and if you can't kill them within 2 minutes, you will directly log into the island. If he forcibly breaks the barrier, it is likely to be accompanied by the risk of death. And when he trains arms, he has to consume energy and time, which is not something he can afford at present. So he's been stuck at 320 waves. 319. Black-clothed and black-haired Chu Feng proudly hovered above the sea, waiting for the next wave of sea monsters to strike. His clothes were stained with blood, and the blood dripped onto the sea along his feet, forming a red shadow below. Boom boom boom. The sea monster emerged from the bottom of the water again, and Chu Feng's murderous intent swept away, boom. Boom, boom. Like a lingering wind, his figure roamed among these rough-skinned sea monsters in an instant. Under the palm of Chu Feng's palm, the worm-like behemoth boss instantly had a huge crack in his head. Blood gurgled wildly, and Chu Feng has not used turrets until now. Yes, he has been hitting by hand. From 220 waves to 319 waves. This is the real, pure handmade, ah hey, the others are simply weak. Ow, the sea monster shouted in a heart-wrenching manner, but it was not beaten to death by Chu Feng. Boom boom boom. Chu Feng slashed with another palm, and there was another scarlet blood opening on the other side of the slime monster's head. The cracked blood mouth is like 2 long and narrow eyes, and the skin is open and the flesh is open, revealing the flying intestines inside. The flesh, white flowers, sparkling blood, extremely gorgeous beauty. Chua. Chu Feng played like a joke, using the self-taught trick, Foshan shadowless legs, to sweep the group of mobs across the army, killing them in an instant. Incarnate like a real Shira, murderous and terrifying. There are countless question marks above the head of the big boss. He probably doesn't understand how his big brothers, suddenly, died, and howled to find Chu Feng to seek revenge. Chu Feng flew up and stepped down hard. Ooh. The armyworm boss let out a piercing roar, and finally completely lost his will, and was rushed by the sea and the tide to the corpse mountain that could almost be described as towering into the clouds. Tisk tisk. Wave 320, come on, go on. The never-ending battle has created eternal splendor, and let that bloodthirsty killing intent melt into this endless ocean. Let Chu Feng's soul and will be immersed in this pure killing forever. Kill kill kill. Battle battle. Keep going. Come. 321 waves. Ah ha 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 ha. The chat channel completely exploded. Once again, they saw the anonymous great god kill the list and hang up the first place Shira. Grass. So strong. If it doesn't make a sound, it's always a blockbuster. Does anonymous god like to play this hand? Every time it takes a long time to get a wave of attacks, he probably doesn't care about attacking, ha ha ha, because the opponents are too weak. Anonymous great god, eternal god. I declare, in the entire endless sea, I admire the anonymous great god first, second the great god Chu Zhao Hao Feng, and third, myself. Ha 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 ha. Wow, shameless, how dare you compare yourself with the anonymous great god and Chu Zushan. 330 waves. An anonymous god accepts my knee, I would like to make you a true god. The chat channel was so excited that all the people who were still in the attack came to pay attention to the new wave of anonymous great god's actions. However, at this time, in the depths of the endless sea, there was a terrifying, shocking sound. It was as if there had been violent plate movement on the bottom of the sea, and there was no earthquake in the ocean. A distant and ancient voice covers the entire endless sea. All can hear the voice. Ha 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 ha. I didn't expect the old man to be able to see the younger generation fighting with bare hands. Ha 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 ha. My human race will never fade away. Ha 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 ha. Juniors, since you are working so hard, the old man will give you a big chance. Bang bang bang. The world is changing. What's that sound? What a terrifying coercion. Ah, my ears. The sea is shaking. Oh my god. It's terrifying. What the hell is going on? Is the endless sea going to be destroyed? 9. Ah 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 ah. All the island owners in the entire endless sea, all heard the terrifying sound. Some are excited, some are afraid, some are calm, and of course some are shining. Heavenly fate. Quick, inform the company's top management. Ahahahaha. The old man has waited for decades, and finally he has been waiting for another opportunity from heaven. This old man has been silent for decades, and finally he can take a step closer. This time, the old man will never allow anyone to snatch it. Old man's chance, hum. Chu Feng, on the other hand, had already returned to his island with deep eyes. Question mark. If I heard correctly, this guy who calls himself old man, shouldn't he be the one who led him out? I went. This voice seems to be heard all over the world. Even the class teacher in the civilized base sent him a message. It seems that the base also knows about it. I just don't know what the big chance this old man is talking about. Chu Feng vaguely remembered a legend about the chance of heaven recorded in an extra staff history book. But it doesn't seem to be mentioned in the official history. 730. Now that I think about it, even that extra staff history records the fate of the heavenly Tao very obscurely. It seems that I am afraid of touching something terrifying, no, or I want to let people know, and I am afraid of letting the world know. Could it be that there is something weird in this heavenly Tao chance? Just moments after the deafening earthquake ended, the sound rang out again. The juniors of the human race. Plunder, plunder, kill. Getting the chance token will be the pride of your life. Boom boom boom. After the sound ended, the sky and the earth suddenly changed color, and colorful clouds swept from the sky, accompanied by a terrifying scream. Ah, there is a terrifying giant bird that flew out from the colorful clouds. Chu Feng has clairvoyance and can adjust his focus to see all the islands on the sea level within 1,000 miles. As a result, he saw that the giant bird descended straight down from the clouds, and with a sharp beak, it rumbled a novice island and pecked out a giant hole. All flying monsters can go directly over the reef defenses and deal a devastating blow to the island. Unless you upgrade to a level 3 island and turn on the barrier function, CJEB, you can defend against bird monsters. But what shocked Chu Feng even more was that the blood bar of this giant bird seemed to be very thick. When it attacked the island, it was repeatedly bombarded by the turret, but it did not damage it at all. Grass. What is this stuff? This kind of attacking monster is a devastating disaster for the novice island owner. Killing. Looting. Could this be the big chance that voice was talking about? Grass. Chu Feng cursed loudly, feeling that he might not be the opponent of this giant bird. Egg. Long NV, the two of you have worked hard to protect the island. After Chu Feng gave the order, the dragon girl immediately transformed into a dragon, although she was usually pampered and had a very strange relationship with Eggy. But at this moment, the two of them cooperated tacitly. Dandan is high on the back of the dragon girl, and her non-existent eyes look around, vigilantly guarding the safety of the island. I am afraid that only Eggy's terrifying defense can withstand the blow of that giant bird. Once the island is pecked out of the crater, it will be a devastating blow that cannot be recovered. And this giant bird seems to be killing humans. What kind of big chance is this? It's a slaughter. The slaughter of Kai Guago. When Chu Feng was analyzing like this, he was horrified to find that there were more giant birds flying out of the colorful clouds, although they had not yet reached the density. But the decisiveness to kill all the islands in the sea made Chu Feng stand in fear. I must upgrade to level 3 immediately. Only by leveling up to level 3 can you regain the island barrier, at least a chance of victory. Under the teleportation mechanism, although the island owners can teleport back to the civilization base to save their lives, they will also completely lose their islands. Chu Feng would never do this. Extract all corpses. Upgraded to a level 3 island, he still lacks 2 island hearts, only the corpse is easier to extract. He went from 220 waves to 330 waves, a total of 110 waves, 31 sea monsters per wave within 300 waves, and 41 sea monsters per wave within 400 waves. A total of 3,710 sea monsters, including 110 boss corpses. I hope that from these corpses, a sufficient number of island hearts can be extracted. Successful extraction. You got energy 683800. Energy 680,000. 3 island hearts. There is one more than he expected, plus the one he got from Wang Min's storage. Now Chu Feng has 4 island hearts. He didn't have time to count the other items. Directly click on the upgrade status bar of the island, and upgrade the island first. Island Level 3. Energy * 100,682,130 Island Heart * 3/4, Stone Block * 3,000 4,085, Wood Block * 3,000 4,186, Clay * 3,000 3,190, Iron Block * 3,000 3,228, Red Clay * 500 700, Fine Iron 100 265, Fine Copper 100 251, Fine Steel 100 200, Silver 50 200, Gold 50 200. Special Fire Runestones * 5/9, Special Wind Runestones * 5/5, Special Earth Runestones * 5/11, Special Water Runestones * 5/13, Special Gold Runestones * 5/9. Fortunately, he had reserved enough special runestones before, and now all the materials are just enough. Then upgrade. Level 3 Island. Chu Feng was about to give an order, but he heard a loud rumbling above. It turned out that when he was extracting resources, 2 giant birds stared at his island and launched a terrifying attack on him. One of the attacks was blocked by Eggy. That's where the loud noise just came from. The other end even attacked his turret. Holy crap, no way. The speed of the giant bird is extremely fast, and Chu Feng's speed is even faster, and Chu Feng's fist slammed into the giant bird without blinking an eye. Ah! The giant bird let out a sharp roar, and Chu Feng was so shocked that his eardrums were dizzy, and he was almost close to the bird's beak. Although the speed of healing was fast, Chu Feng clearly felt that his body was under tremendous terrifying pressure. He had attacked more than 100 times before, and after being rewarded by the heavenly Tao, his cultivation had recovered to a critical level. Although it was a compressed cultivation base, and it was extremely solid, it was still shocked by the sound and almost fainted. Its attack is so terrifying. Chu Feng is no match at all. Ah! The giant bird pecked at Chu Feng angrily. After Chu Feng escaped in a thrilling manner, he slapped the giant bird with his palm. Boom! The head of the giant bird exploded in an instant, and the meat foam flew. However, it was even more angry, and launched a more violent attack on Chu Feng like fire-breathing eyes. Grass. It's not dead. It appears to be recovering on its own. A sea monster with healing skills. Self-healing. Defense and attack are still so strong. How do you play this? Is it torture? Chu Feng couldn't even imagine that if he wasn't even a match for this sea monster, what would other newbies do? Look at this empty bird monster, the entire 96th area, isn't it like hell? No, it is for all island owners below level 3, in the entire endless sea. Like hell. The trident. Iron broken teeth. Boom. In the face of violent slaughter, Chu Feng's reaction speed is also extremely fast. After all, he is a combat cultivator who grew up from fighting, and his understanding of killing is far beyond that of his peers. As soon as the trident came out, it hung in the air, its dazzling light shrouded the strange bird, and the thunder and lightning hit it one after another. And limit its movement speed. At this moment, Chu Feng finally has an absolutely superior speed, with iron broken teeth in hand, pong. Pong, pong. It took dozens of knives in a row to finally cut off its head. Whoa, blood spurted out, and the corpse of the strange bird fell like a rag bag. But just when Chu Feng wanted to kill the second strange bird, the body of the strange bird suddenly turned into a flash of light and flew towards Chu Feng. This is the heavenly chance that the voice said. Chu Feng grasped the sudden light. Shua. The light immediately turned into a white token, which was quietly held in Chu Feng's palm. The light dissipated, and the token was engraved with extremely complex and beautiful patterns, as if it was some kind of picture scroll spanning 1,000 years of history, and the unique historical charm came to the face. You have obtained the chance token, do you want to send it? Level 2. It turned out to be a transfer token. Chu Feng finally figured it out. Killing the monster bird can get a teleportation token, and then enter some kind of dungeon-like place. The big opportunity is in this copy. But what does the latter level 2 mean? Does it correspond to a level 2 island? So it is. It seems that the areas sent by different levels of islands are different, there must be competition. In this way, my island is not in a hurry to upgrade. After all, Chu Feng's current strength can be said to have reached the peak of the second level islands. Throughout the endless sea, it may be hard to find an opponent. But if you go to level 3 area, there are a lot of old monsters who deliberately suppress the level, or fail to upgrade due to insufficient resources. Hehe, Chu Feng will not compete with those people. Putting the chance token into the Eudemon's closed loop, Chu Feng volleyed a blow, the trident was in hand, and a huge tornado suddenly appeared over the island. The egg and the dragon girl, who were struggling to deal with the strange bird, were thrown out of the vortex, and the strange bird was pulled into the vortex. Under the crazy erosion of tornadoes and thunderbolts, it could not die, and it was madly recovering with its good healing ability. It seems that only by cutting off the head of this strange bird as decisively as just now can it die. Boom! The tornado receded. Chu Feng raised his iron teeth and fought to the death. Hack, hack, hack. Hack, you idiot! Chu Feng's speed is as fast as a ghost, and the strange bird cannot hit Chu Feng at all under the interference of the trident, although there are not many chances to cut its head. But after 2 quarters of fighting, Chu Feng finally killed it. The skyrocketing talent was completely useless. Chu Feng used too many talent abilities in a short period of time and controlled 2 weapons at the same time. The physical strength was huge. Landed and returned to the island. Fortunately, his island was not harmed, and his beautiful island cannot tolerate any violations. Owner. The dragon girl and Eggy threw themselves on Chu Feng's lap together. Chu Feng touched the heads of the 2 girls. Thank you for your hard work, let's go eat something to rest, there will be a battle next. He knew that the dragon girl liked to steal the golden apple, and Dandan liked to steal the spirit field. The dragon girl has turned into a human figure, holding Chu Feng's thigh and acting like a coquettish girl. Master, you must be careful, the bird just now was so terrifying, Long Long is not its opponent. Fortunately, the master is wise and saved Long Long, woo woo woo. Chu Feng rubbed her little head again, but at this moment, another token floated from the sky. What? Can one person get more than one? Chu Feng raised his hand to catch the token, and was prompted again, and it was still a level 2 area. Chu Feng suddenly had a new idea. He immediately opened the endless system with his mind, remembering that after the island has been upgraded to level 2, an association can be created. The association in the endless system is completely different from the base association. This is because, after joining the association, the output of all members in the endless sea will be completely recorded. Most islands are not keen to join such associations, as that means privacy rights are fully monitored by the association president. Therefore, the Endless Sea Association was rarely founded, and even less joined. Chu Feng had never considered establishing an association before. But, what if Chu Feng had a lot of chance tokens? As long as he starts a temporary association and uses the token as a temptation, I believe that many people who cannot get the token will compete to join. 0. And Chu Feng, ready to take a 50% commission. 50% of the copy output. Don't be too high. If you are too high, get the token yourself. Create an association. The association was created successfully. Please name the association and choose your ID. What? Not to mention this, I almost forgot that he has an anonymous card. It turned out that the creation of the association can choose the ID, so he should use the identity of Chu Feng, or the identity of the anonymous god. The ID of Chu Feng has always been low-key, yes, really low-key. Hey, he has never done anything shocking. If Chu Feng's ID is used, it is likely to expose the fact that the second-level island is ID, anonymous. 9. Association name, unnamed. Join reward, chance token 1. Membership requirements, unlimited island level, total turret basic attack more than 5,000. Member output commission, 50%. The method of drawing, the system draws randomly. Since you want to be anonymous, let's be anonymous to the end. The anonymous great god, this mysterious person who has never appeared before, what earth-shattering things will happen this time? Once the association was established, a system announcement was posted to the chat channel, regional channel, level 1 island channel, level 2 island channel. In the major chat channels that were not calm, like a pot of thunder exploded, gongs sounded everywhere. Mountain. What the hell is a 50% cut? Does anyone still create an association these days? This is a cannibalistic thing. The big 50% rule has angered some island owners. The association model only emerged once a few decades ago. It is a ruthless oppression for all individual island owners. Treat the island owner like a slave. Unexpectedly, after so many years, there are still people who dare to create such a black-hearted association. So before he could see all the information in the announcement, he started spraying directly. Originally, it was very uncomfortable to be attacked by strange birds. Many island owners suffered heavy losses, and some even paid the price of their lives. In the face of this huge common human crisis, some people actually want to make such a fortune. But as the words of a few trolls fell, many people saw other information on the association's announcement. First, the membership reward is a 730 card of chance. Second, the system randomly selects, and it is not particularly blackhearted. Third, the person who created the association is anonymous, and the name of the association is unnamed. It can be seen that the main island of the island is level 2, and the number of attack waves is 330. It's not created by an anonymous god, right? This style, this wave number, looks like him. There are many 330 waves in the second level islands, but seeing the name of the association, this is clearly an anonymous god. Wait, what is the chance token? What does it do? Also, this association seems to be temporary. I got it. This chance token is obtained from the strange bird in the sky. You may get the token by killing the strange bird. Quote question mark question mark question mark question mark. Grass. But those strange birds don't seem to be afraid of turret attacks. Turrets are useless in front of them. Has the anonymous god killed many strange birds? I'm going to. Anonymous great god Niu beep. I want to join. Day. I'm not qualified. Ha 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 ha. Do you think everyone is qualified to join the anonymous great god association? I guess he must have set the attack limit. It seems that the 50% bonus treatment is not something that everyone can get. The people who were mocking the association just now disappeared instantly. Instead, it was the jealousy of countless people. Chance token, just by hearing the name, you know it's a good thing. As long as you join the association, you can get 50% of the resources for free. Now, no one will feel that the 50 is a black heart, but only think that if you join the association, you can get 50% of the resources that should not belong to you for free. A reversal of sentiment, as expected by Chu Feng. After the association was established, Chu Feng discovered that there were a lot of messages for him. They were sent to him by Wanyu and Xinyuai. After the strange bird appeared, Wanyu was worried about Chu Feng's safety, and asked Chu Feng to send the coordinates to form a group to protect him. Haha, Chu Feng can't laugh or cry. If they knew that Chu Feng had killed 2 strange birds, wouldn't they be so shocked that their jaws would drop to the ground? And Ying Lu, the head teacher, and other female students in the school are all worried about his safety. Chu Feng replied one by one. Zhou Gang, boss, it seems that you can get a chance token by killing that bird monster. The chance token can be sent to a certain place, and there is a big chance in it. Zhou Gang, that anonymous great god created an association. Do you want to create one too, boss, and take the opportunity to make a fortune? Chu Feng thought for a while, although he started an association in the name of an anonymous great god, but some things need to be implemented by someone. I don't know how Zhou Gang's ability to deal with things is, maybe he can give him a try. If this person is available, Chu Feng doesn't mind taking him. Chu Feng, that association was established by me and him. Zhou Gang, it turns out that boss, you know the anonymous god, I thought you were the same person before. Sure enough, the boss's friends are bosses. Zhou Gang, boss, can I join the association? Those strange birds are too scary. Fortunately, my neighborhood is relatively empty, otherwise I would be dead. Chu Feng, exactly, I will arrange a vice president for you. There are some things that he and I are not easy to come forward with. Zhou Gang, boss, despite the arrangement, I, Zhou Gang, follow orders. Zhou Gang's admiration and trust in Chu Feng is quite faithful. The last time they went to find the ruins together, Zhou Gang was seriously injured and almost died at the beginning. It was Chu Feng who saved him. Zhou Gang was unaware of all the events that followed, and when he woke up, he found that he had stopped bleeding. Although he was seriously injured, he was still alive and returned to his island. As a result, just as he got up, he found that the bag around his neck was carrying a wrong weight. He opened the bag and looked. Not only does the Endless Sea map lie in it intact, but there are actually 15 red ocean spar. A red ocean spar that can increase your attack by 5,000. When I saw this scene, it was so shocking, it was like a thunderstorm. Zhou Gang's family background is average, and his parents are not very good at mixing, not to mention the red ocean spar. All the family members of their family can't afford a golden ocean spar with 2,000 attack. This huge shock made him cry for a long time. It's really half a day, no exaggeration. At that moment, Chu Feng's image was as tall as a god in his mind. Chu Feng's casual, atmospheric, noble, and flawless figure stood firmly in his heart, and how many people in the Endless Sea were fighting for a red ocean spar? Chu Feng just gave him 15. The first thing they did when they got the spar was to give one to each of their parents. Their island wave number was almost unbearable. If they didn't increase their attack, they could only give up the island. This is the ultimate fate of many island owners with ordinary talents. Afterwards, Zhou Gang went crazy and entered the attacking list. In addition to wanting to wash away his former shame, he also wanted to follow in Chu Feng's footsteps in this way. Chu Feng, in the future, you will be responsible for welcoming new members of the association. If there are new orders, I will notify you. For now, I want those who have obtained the chance token to stop sending them temporarily, and wait for other notifications. Zhou Gang. Good, I understand, leave it to me. Zhou Congo joined the association and obtained a chance token at the same time. Chu Feng set up a vice chairman position for him. The vice chairman just has a nice name, but he doesn't actually have any reading rights. Only the president is entitled to view the output of all members. But Chu Feng found that it seems that he can also join the association with the ID of Chu Feng. Operate it. Chu Feng also got himself a vice president, and then set himself a 0% commission. So, the chat channel really exploded this time. Chu Feng actually joined the Association of Anonymous Great Gods. What kind of bloody shocking CP large-scale sugar sprinkling scene is this? Chu Feng is in the same frame as the anonymous god, my mother. However, Chu Feng doesn't care about those discussions. At this moment, his deep eyes stared at the two strange birds that came from a distance. The burning eye. It's fried, it's fried. The world is really crazy. As soon as the opportunity of Tiandao came out, the 4 major civilization bases were bombed. Western European Civilization Base. A high-level meeting of a country. Oh my god, the chance of heaven that only appears once in a few decades. It's true that heaven never perishes, my empire. All the soldiers obeyed the order. We must take advantage of this chance of heaven to hit the Chinese civilization base hard, and let the eastern part of it. People have completely disappeared from the world. Report, sir. Such a rare opportunity of heaven must be jointly fought by the 4 major bases. Do we have to give up this opportunity? Oh, you idiot. Of course not. I'm going to form a special army to attack the coastal cities of China's civilized base during the chaos, attack them, and throw them into chaos. Aussies, this task will be handed over to you. Our goal this time is the first urban area along the coast of the China civilization base, City S. Make sure the whole city is destroyed. Oh God, forgive those who are full of sin, the devil is waiting for them in hell. Yes, obey. Wa 29 Sha civilization base. All the top executives of the imperial capital, big companies, and big families are involved in the whole body, and they are all mobilized to compete for the chance token. Imperial capital. The last time the opportunity of heaven appeared was 46 years ago. In that battle, China was attacked by the Western European and Northern civilization bases, and suffered heavy losses. 9. This time, the countries in the Western European base will definitely take the opportunity to provoke a war, and those of the country's release, you must be extremely cautious. Yes, the atmosphere in the meeting room was extremely solemn. The speaker took a few deep breaths and continued. Yuan Ji, I have appointed you to be the full commander. Commander, officer, you immediately set up a special department to ensure the interests of the base. The resources of the China base are already in jeopardy. Yuan Ji ordered that after the tall figure left the conference room, he immediately collected a top-secret list. When he saw the ranking of this year's Novice Island list, his eyes suddenly narrowed. First place, unnamed, Area 96, attack 330 waves. The second place, Chu Feng, in the 96th district, attacked the 330th wave. Third place, Shira, District 371, 320 waves on the attack list. This year's attack list is so fast. On the 8th day, someone rushed to 330 waves, and there were still 2. You must know that in previous years, the highest ranking person on the 8th day did not exceed 305 waves. Don't underestimate the dozen or 20 waves. The higher the wave number, the stronger the monsters you will face. This is an eternal truth. The key is, the second place Chu Feng, he actually had an impression. Yuan Ji recognizes this man. A few days ago, he was on the news and had made great achievements in the vulture attack in S City. He remembered that the boy was very popular at the time, and it was said that it was because he was too handsome. It seems that several of his colleagues are joking about marrying their daughters to him. It turned out that this kid was so powerful. Yuan Ji knew something in his heart. The struggle for the chance of heaven lies in the new generation. Especially in the 3 areas of Level 1, Level 2, and Level 3 islands. At the 4th, 5th, 6th and above islands, especially the 6th level, the number of islands is scarce, and the combat power is also terrifying. Once you do it, it will fall apart. Once missed, it is a huge loss to China's civilization base. The output on that island is the basis for the survival of the human race. Therefore, the mission goal of the 5th and 6th level islands is not scramble, but dormancy. Recharge your batteries. Hope, still in this generation of 2nd and 3rd tier islands. Feng Yi, you are responsible for the scheduling of this year's novice island owners. The top 10,000 island owners on this list must give them the greatest help. Help them get the resources in the copy of Heaven's Path to the greatest extent possible. This will be a great battle. Don't forget the last chance of heaven, the huge price we paid in China's civilization base, this time. Be sure to protect these younger generations. Yes, Feng Yi got the list and acted immediately, but when he saw the content on the list, he couldn't help but turn pale. I'll be darling, there are 4 people who have killed more than 300 waves. What the hell? Feng Yi twitched the corners of his mouth and read the list several times before confirming that he really did not read it wrong. This year's list is crazy. The top 100 must be the key protection targets, and they must not be allowed to fall in the fate of heaven. Hi, but the number 1 is unnamed. I rely on it, so I can't get in touch with it at all. To be able to find out an accurate list, it also depends on the talent of someone. But if you want to contact an unnamed person, you don't know the name of the island, and you don't know any information. Where can you find it? Hi, these mysterious little guys are a real joke. S City is really dazzling this year. There are 4 people in the top 10 from S City. It seems that I have to visit it myself. By the way, check the background of this first place, he is the target of super priority protection. Hi, the second place is also. You have obtained the chance token, do you want to send it? Level 2. You have obtained the chance token, do you want to send it? Level 2. Half an hour later, Chu Feng got another 5 chance tokens. This number is not small. Because these strange birds are extremely difficult to kill, and Chu Feng's skyrocketing talents, burning eyes, etc. have a cooling time, so they cannot be used frequently. Otherwise it is easy to collapse. Think about it, he used 2 or 3 kinds of talents at the same time with the power of the quintessential 9-fold. How can that kind of consumption be affordable for ordinary people? But Rao is so. Chu Feng's record is really good. After he established the association, many people followed suit. On the current association list, hundreds of associations have emerged. 730. The list of associations that used to be empty suddenly became crowded, and it is hard to say that it was not influenced by an anonymous great god. However, these people's associations hardly recruited anyone. But there are already 4 people in Chu Feng's association, not counting him and Zhou Gang. Eat a handful of popcorn. Chu Feng collapsed on the lawn and rested for a while. Too tired. The overdraft of the body and the inability of the turret caused him to consume too much power, and even the physical recovery of the popcorn could not keep up. A strange bird that was just killed is the last one in this piece. While controlling the island to chase the strange bird in the distance, Chu Feng took a deep breath and rested. No rest. I don't know how long these strange birds can exist. He has to get all the energy, get more tokens, and thus get more resources. A copy of Heaven's Path chants. Along with danger, it must also be accompanied by endless treasures. Thinking about it makes the blood boil. More tokens means more resources. Chu Feng stood up straight with a carp. Suddenly, he discovered that there seemed to be something seriously reflective in the pile of treasures he had just extracted. Yes, he was eager to fight against the strange bird that attacked his turret just now, and he hadn't had time to sort out the supplies and treasure chests. Chu Feng dug out the thing from a pile of resources. That big reflective thing. It's a suit of armor. It was a set of gold and white super armor with brilliance and invulnerability. Chu Feng couldn't wait to put it on his body. This armor is worthy of being a treasure produced by the endless sea. After wearing it, it is not as hard and heavy as ordinary artificial armor. But it fits perfectly according to Chu Feng's body shape. And it can choose to appear or not to appear according to Chu Feng's will. When it appears, the defense is greatly increased, and a defensive barrier can be formed, which has a certain degree of rebound effect. When it does not appear, the offensive and defensive capabilities are at normal levels, and no shield is formed. However, if it receives more than 50% of the damage it can withstand, it will automatically reveal itself and bounce back a certain amount of damage. Oh my god, it's a super treasure. This armor came at the right time, and immediately became Chu Feng's darling. You got the Super God Golden Armor 1. I didn't expect its name to be called Super God Battle Armor. Ha ha ha, it's really a low-key name, so it's actually called Super God. Could its power surpass that of the gods? Could this be another artifact? I still remember the Qingluan feather clothes that came out of the red treasure chest today. Even the treasures from the red treasure chest can't compare to this armor. Chu Feng's super extraction talent is really awesome. This Super God Battle Armor is really cool after the upper body. Chu Feng's appearance is dazzling enough. After wearing the battle armor, it can be called glowing gold. But at the moment Chu Feng doesn't have time to appreciate himself. Quickly tidy up the piles of things on the ground, see if there are any useful ones, and then quickly kill the flying bird monster to get more chance tokens. Tidy. Fruits, Mandala Fruit 20, Magnolia Fruit 3, Rose Hip 30, Tianfei Fruit 2, Purple Sweet Fruit 11, Snowbone Ginseng 10, Ambergris 6, Pinellia 3, 100 Medicine Fruit 1, Andrographis 7, Green Leaf Fruit 3. Medicinal Materials, Spider Grass 1, Water Hyacinth Flower 1, Teibai Ginseng 1, Spiritual Herb 1, Thousand Day Red 1, Phoenix Clothing 1, Purple Sky Flower 1, Sweet Gum Leaf 1, Withered Bone Hand 1, Other Shore Flower 1, 1000-year-old Snow Silkworm 1. Duplicates or existing ones do not count. Furthermore, White Ocean Spar 46, Blue Ocean Spar 19, Orange Ocean Spar 4, Golden Ocean Spar 1. Battle Termination Ticket 31, Blizzard Scroll 1, Lightning Scroll 3, Teleport Scroll 17, Death Scroll 2, Summoning Scroll 3, Kraken Challenge Order 1, Storage Stone 260, Acceleration Potion 65, Enhanced Potion 71, Super Acceleration Potion 2, Super Strengthening Potion 3, Healing Potion 4. Chu Feng opened a lot of treasures this time, but his eyes were only fixed on the Death Scroll and the Summoning Scroll. Summoning Scroll. Call in your heart, call for anything. Death Scroll. Within a kilometer, no grass grows. Shit, these two scrolls are intentional. Use the Summon Scroll to summon a large number of strange birds, and then use the Death Scroll to catch them all in one go. God is really helping him, ha 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 ha. After all the materials are collected, it seems that there is another kind of medicinal pill that can be refined, but Chu Feng has no time to concoct pills at this time. Fly to the sky in armor. He wants to kill all the strange birds in this sea area, the more the better, ha 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 ha. Eat my punch. Chu Feng laughed wildly and rushed over like the wind. After putting on the armor, his speed soared. It is no longer appropriate to describe him as remnant wind at this moment. He has the speed of light. Do you believe in light? Hee hee. Now, Chu Feng believes. Because of the impact of his terrifying speed, as well as the strength of the armor in himself, Chu Feng stepped through the sky in a superhuman pose. Whoosh! Straight through the body of the giant bird. Like being hit by a huge bullet, the monster bird's body was punched in an instant, and the blood and flesh flew straight out. The body of the strange bird fell, and Chu Feng had an extra token in his hand. 8th in total. Chu Feng raised his head and laughed. Ha 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 ha. Strong. It's too strong. This armor comes at the right time. If there are island owners around who see this glittering scene, they will definitely be blinded by the light and sigh that it is the arrival of the gods. After all, there are many handsome people in this world. But he is so handsome and so arrogant, and also such a very capable and talented man. It's really rare. It is worthy of being the first on the list of novice islands this year. There is no doubt about the strength of Chu Feng. Summon. Chu Feng took out a summoning scroll and called the ugly sad strange bird in his heart to accept the baptism of death. The unrolled scroll shot out a ray of light, which shocked the 4 directions. Then the heaven and earth returned to a calm, like the night before dawn, and the seemingly ordinary sea was brewing a great change. Novice island owners around Chu Feng. Even if the island has not been abandoned at this moment, those who are still alive are scarred and ruined. What to do? What to do? I'm going to die, woo-woo. Help! Help me! Who will help me? One level 1 novice island after another has thoroughly experienced what it is like to despair and hell on this day. The attack power of that strange bird is too terrifying, and it is immune to turret attacks. Killing these 18-year-old young island owners is simply an easy task. Murder. There is one island owner who saw another island owner get pecked into meat sauce. Horrible. He had never heard of such danger in the endless sea, and he vomited on the spot. But at this moment, this group of desperate island owners ushered in another terrifying bad news. Look, there are many birds flying in the sky, and many birds are gathered here. There's no other way. In order to survive, I have to give up the island. I still have a whole family waiting for me to raise, woo-hoo. At the same time, Feng Yi also received an urgent report from his subordinates. Boss Feng is not good. A large number of bloodthirsty birds and beasts have gathered in a certain location in the 96th district. According to our intelligence officer's observation, it is estimated that there are thousands of them. This Jiao Hao place is the meaning of the commander, and the meaning of the commander when it appears later. What? Feng Yi's face turned pale. Why did bloodthirsty birds and beasts suddenly gather in a large area? This situation did not occur in the last heavenly Dao reward. What is the reason? The reason has not been found. I don't know the reason yet. But just now the intelligence officer sent another news that the second person on your list, the new island owner named Chu Feng, is near this gathering area. If he suffers, his island is likely to fall, and even he himself. What? Feng Yi slammed the round table in horror, and the huge conference table with 60 people shattered instantly. Quick, contact the nearest rescuer immediately, be sure to hurry. Chu Feng must never die. He is the hope of a new generation of island owners. He is the hope of this chance of heaven. Caw caw caw. In the sky above, countless strange birds fly. Coming from all directions, with remnant clouds and bloodthirsty, with their red bird eyes, shocking everything. A piece of black. Soon a black cloud formed. Such is the pressure of the army, extremely oppressive. However, Chu Feng laughed arrogantly, ha 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 ha. Well, at least there are thousands of them, right? This wave has made a lot of money. After Chu Feng laughed, he went up to the wind and broke all the shackles in the air with his fist, bang. Wearing the corpses of 2 strange birds in a row. Ha ha ha. This speed, cow. To be able to directly break their defenses, if you put on this golden armor and go to the fiery trial, Chu Feng feels that he can rush to more than 100 levels with his personal ability alone. Maybe 110 levels will work too. After all, the defense of this armor is also very high, and it should also have super high fire resistance properties. I heard that the fire trial after level 200 is completely new. But for 100 years, no one has ever hit the 200th level. Rules and records are meant to be broken. There is always a chance, go try it out. Bang! Chu Feng's body is like a light and shadow, and he won another 5 tokens after a fight. It's hard to imagine how hard it was for him to kill these monsters before and how easy it is now. Almost gathered. Hee. Then use the scroll of death. Within a kilometer, no grass will grow, give me death. The moment the scroll was activated, a terrifying black force exploded, like smoke and mist, entangling all the strange birds in the air. Chu Feng didn't know what kind of power it could burst, and after activating the scroll, he left quickly. But at this moment, Chu Feng actually saw several islands a few kilometers away madly killing them. With Chu Feng's vision, he judged that the speed of these islands was extremely fast, and the one at the front might even reach the terrifying level 5. It's just that the islands have barriers, covering the situation inside, except that the 4 islands can be seen madly chasing here. He couldn't tell anything else. Oops, Chu Feng's expression changed. Lousy's scroll, Lousy's monster, someone wants to grab me. Chu Feng is so angry. But the enemy he faced was now 1 level 5 island and 3 level 4 islands. A rough estimate is that the level 5 island is either an old monster in the Sun and Moon realm, or maybe even the eternal invincible powerhouse. Grass. Chu Feng was horrified, furious, and extremely depressed. Then he gritted his teeth hard. Okay, come here, I still have a death scroll in my hand. If I'm not afraid of death, it's a big deal. Damn it. Hurry back to your island. He didn't forget that there were more than 100 unopened treasure chests on his island, and thousands of sea monster corpses had not been disposed of. Gotta get these things out of the way. Otherwise, it will cause more trouble. Treasure chest. Open. 9. Body. Cell. 110 chests, including 56 white chests, 49 blue chests, and 5 orange chests. You got energy 136800. As for the items from the treasure chest, Chu Feng had no time to take care of it, and swept all his arms into the Phantom Beast armband. There are still 110 corpses of sea monster bosses left on his beach, and his previous glazed stone fragments and anonymous cards were obtained by touching the corpses. Such a precious resource, even if time is tight, he will not discard it at will. The death scroll in the sky was working, and the corpses fell into the sea one after another, and one chance token after another flew towards Chu Feng. At the same time, there were 4 enemies madly killing them, and they were close at hand, and Chu Feng had no chance to escape at this moment. Because the speed of level 2 islands is not destined to be faster than level 4 and 5. If you can't escape, then fight. What Chu Feng lacks the most is his fighting spirit to go forward. He quickly disemboweled 110 boss corpses on the beach and found something. After disposing of the corpse, Chu Feng came to see what this thing was. At a glance, Chu Feng's eyes burst with astonishing joy. You got the shocking pill 1. Shocking Dan. After taking it, the strength of the 9th layer of the Sun and Moon can immediately explode. Can last 10 seconds, but after the outbreak, those who take it will also be seriously injured, and even affect the foundation of the cultivation base. But at this moment, it is Chu Feng's life-saving straw. Those islands are still thousands of meters away, and at the same time, there are still a lot of strange birds in the sky that have not been strangled, and tokens are flying towards Chu Feng. Chu Feng is holding the shocking pill and the death scroll. He doesn't believe it. There are super god treasures such as super god golden armor, death scroll, shocking pill, and trident. Can't we fight against the powerhouses of the Sun and Moon realm? A raging fighting spirit and ambition grew in his heart. 3 suns and moons, 1 eternity. How rich are their islands? How invincible are their talents? Ha 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 ha. Well done, just in time. Opportunities are always accompanied by unparalleled risks. If you don't fight to the death, how can you survive the catastrophe? Just as Chu Feng was weighing the pros and cons desperately, a light suddenly shot out from the 4 islands. Fly towards the strange bird in the sky. Chu Feng's eyes were dark red. The one who stole Lousy. Then I'll take your knife first. Chu Feng rushed out with a swish. His speed was faster than that person. Of course, he certainly wouldn't shoot that person directly. Once shot, his accomplices will shoot Chu Feng, so get the token first. Chu Feng took away the token transformed from the fallen corpse first, while that person had been killing bird monsters, which formed a wonderful scene. That man was killing monsters, and Chu Feng was taking heads. This person is so stupid. Still determined to kill Chu Feng after a while, so don't mind Chu Feng taking it. Chu Feng was full of doubts and question marks. At this moment, Several other islands are approaching, only 200 or 300 meters away. Chu Feng frowned, and he suddenly thought of something. He seems to have a lot of teleportation scrolls. A teleportation reel can teleport 10,000 meters. Although the eternal powerhouse is truly terrifying, he should consume all the teleportation scrolls at one time and run away, right? Shit, oolong, super big oolong. How could he forget such an important thing? Chu Feng, who was still ambitious just now, wanted to kill the eternal 3 suns and moons, suddenly felt that life is so beautiful and the world is so beautiful. What's wrong with being a coward? That might be 3 suns and 1 eternity, and he would take his life to fill it with 1,000 pieces of garbage. Forget it. He decided to run away, but before running away, take all the tokens. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. So fast. There are still a few left. But it doesn't matter. Lousy no more. Standing in the air, Chu Feng saw the monster-killing Sun-Moon Realm powerhouse turn to face him, and Chu Feng raised the teleportation scroll in his hand towards him. Grin. Bye-bye. Thank you for your help. The next moment, Chu Feng disappeared together with his island, still leaving a circle of ripples in place. The day and month. What the? How did he run away? The sun and the moon were stunned. Silly. There was no response for a long time. Lu, what's going on? It wasn't until a voice came that the 9th Sun-Moon Realm powerhouse surnamed Lu returned to his senses and flew back to the 5th level island to return to life. Cheng Si, that Chu Feng he. 7. Cheng Bing. Why did he run? I don't know either. Xiao Lu is also confused. Didn't they cooperate quite well in the beginning? He was in charge of killing monsters and helped that guy get a lot of tokens. He was about to kill the monsters, and he was just about to say hello. That guy actually squeezed the teleportation scroll and ran away. What the hell? He still doesn't understand it. The sun and moon of the other 2 islands also came together. After listening to Xiao Lu's description, one of the sun and moon analyzed. Although I was still young when the opportunity of Heavenly Tao appeared 49 years ago, I never participated. But the bloodthirsty birds and beasts accompanied by the opportunity of Heavenly Tao never gathered in large numbers. Didn't Chu Feng co-found an association with someone? He may have a summoning scroll on hand, and those bloodthirsty birds and beasts were summoned by himself. 5. Xiao Lu was startled. Impossible. Is the summoning scroll rotten? Is it just used? What a waste. Not only that, he should have used the death scroll. Xiao Lu, prodigal son. Grass. Director Cheng Bing said solemnly. It seems that the rumor that he has an amazing talent for burst rate is true. Otherwise, who would play the summon scroll and the death scroll like this? In the army, the scroll of death is simply something that fell from the sky, a gift from God, and the scroll of death is a terrifying existence that can turn the tide of the battle. Although the chance of heaven is precious. But using it like this is really a Mrs. wasted. Cheng Si, what should we do now? He specially came to rescue Chu Feng, but I didn't expect that he did it by himself. It's hard for you to take this trip, it's too much delay for you. Cheng Bing waved his hand. It doesn't matter, the young generation has come out in large numbers, and this old guy is quite surprised. The speed of the young man just now was even faster than Xiao Lu. Hiss. At the mention of this, Xiao Lu felt a burst of horror. He is a powerhouse of the 9th level of the sun and the moon. Chu Feng's speed is even faster than him. Did Cheng Si see his cultivation? Cheng Bing smiled, but said nothing. Xiao Lu and the others didn't dare to ask again, but they were so depressed that they were dying. They didn't know how many teleportation scrolls they had crushed and rushed over to save Chu Feng. The original mission was to use Chu Feng to contact the anonymous god that only existed in the story. In addition, I will ask Chu Feng some security issues in the copy of Tiandao Chance. Director Cheng made a special trip to give Chu Feng a little smile, and at the same time, he used a secret technique to leave an eternal spiritual sense. In order to ensure the absolute safety of Chu Feng in the copy of Tiandao Chance. Awarded by the Director General himself. There is also the guardian of the eternal invincible powerhouse's spiritual sense. Who knows that Chu Feng kid just ran away? Wipe. Chu Feng, don't you think we are pirates? A sun and moon suddenly faintly authentic. Xiao Lu widened his eyes when he heard this. Shit. At that time, Chu Feng's expression at that time seemed to be like this. Ah. Let you wear civilian clothes. Look, you wouldn't be like this if you changed into a uniform. Another sun and moon is also about to cry without tears. Now, they can only return without success. As for the matter of eternity, how can the eternal strong be easily invited out? This kid Chu Feng has no such life. The four had to teleport back to the territory they were originally stationed in. But, if even Chu Feng knew the purpose of these people, he probably wouldn't accept that eternal spiritual mind. Because of this divine sense, it is equivalent to mental monitoring. How could Chu Feng allow a stranger's mental remnants to be monitored in his mind? Unless he's crazy. Grass, fortunately Laozi runs fast. Hundreds of thousands of meters away, Chu Feng almost ran out of the 96th area before stopping. This place is far away from the novice area, surrounded by second-level islands, and almost no first-level islands can be seen. Chu Feng got a total of 1368 chance tokens. 1368 people. No matter how many resources they can get in the end, half of them are mine. Previously, because Chu Feng founded the association, many people followed suit. In order to attract popularity, those people charge lower fees than Chu Feng. The lowest is even more than 20%. Although it is attracted by the reputation of the anonymous god and Chu Feng being in the same frame, many people come here because they want to see Chu Feng and the anonymous god. But with the end of competitors, and the fame market of Chu Feng and anonymous god is mainly among the novice island owners this year. So now Chu Feng's association ranking has dropped to the 3rd page. The association that ranked first and the most popular recruited 67 people with 29% of the bonus. Well, fewer people, mainly because there are fewer tokens. And those associations that have high combat power and can get a lot of tokens, because of the high threshold and low demand, no one cares. Because those who can't get tokens are mostly between first and second level islands, and there are very few third level islands. Competition is competition. The 50% rake will not change. But the token is full. Shua, all tokens are put into the warehouse, and at the same time, all members of the chat channel, regional channel, level 1 island channel, and level 2 island channel receive an announcement alert again. More than 1,300 tokens, the basic attack requires 3,000. Chu Feng only adjusted the attack threshold. As soon as the news came out, a large number of people poured into his association. It's just that the token is in hand now, I don't know when it's appropriate to send it. Is there any difference between sending earlier and sending later? And in the copy of Heaven's Tao chants, according to the killing, plundering, that the voice said, it must be extremely dangerous. And as far as Chu Feng knows, because the secret transmission orders of different bases are different, people from the China base cannot communicate with other bases through the endless seas. Although the endless sea is extremely vast, it actually has its own domain. This chance of heavenly Tao seems to be global. So in the dungeon of Tiandao chance, will you meet the island owners of other bases? The China base, the Western European base, and the Northern base have always been at odds, and the conflict has lasted for more than 100 years. Could it be that the killing that the voice said came from here? At this moment, Chu Feng received a call from the school. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.